Alrighty, we are almost up and running. Hey Joseph, howdy do. Give me a moment to set up a thumbnail on YouTube and stuff before we hop right into this. Bang. Hello. Hey Laura, welcome to the stream. Alrighty. Everything should be good. We are nice and set up. How's everybody doing? I've been having a good day. Nightmare time again. I said I would. I said Tuesday. And then later on I said Tuesday again to confirm it. Hey, Belgian musicals, welcome to the stream. How do you do? I'm doing great, honestly. A little tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Well, I say I didn't sleep. I slept late because I found a book, like a fanfic, and I started reading. Irrelevant. We know why we're here. Bro, sleep? No, I didn't sleep. That was the problem. But I know why you're here. You know why you're here. Nightmare time. Nightmare. I'm excited to just jump into it. We're on episode 3 of Nightmare Time 2. Daddy and Killer Track. As always, I have no idea what this is going to be about. The titles so far have been, I've never been able to predict what the actual story is going to be at all. Without failure. Which is cool. I it's been very fun. I like that. Everything's so unexpected, and you can never tell if it's gonna be like disturbing in a serious way or disturbing in a like kind of fun way, like jokey way, or ridiculous. It's Hatchetfield. Strange things happen all the time, and you never know exactly what kind of strange thing is gonna happen. But yeah, let's just. Lauren, don't go through every Nightmare Time character, all right? Nightmare animatronic character, because we have a Nightmare Time to go right now. It's been a long time since I saw these episodes. Nice. I'm glad you got to experience them again with me. That's like the thing that I like about reactions, and that's why I like doing them as well. Experiencing stuff again through the eyes of somebody who has never seen it before. I think that's so cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But, anywhere. Lauren, stop. Just, please. Alright. And, okay, yeah, alright. We will jump into this. Let me just take off the music. I have closed captions on. It was kind of like on automatically. I don't know if I probably should turn them on generally for people. Oop, let me give a like. All right. You ready? Here we are going into Nightmare Time to episode 3, Daddy and Killer's Track. And remember to like and comment and on the original video, go watch it, go support them if you haven't already. I assume you have, but if you haven't, please do so. Team StarKid deserve all the best. And yeah, all right. But maybe do that after watching this. I don't know. Let's jump into it. Eerie music. This sting. I feel like I say every stream, but this sting at the very beginning, like I don't know if this is like Hatchetfield's theme. It probably is. It has ingrained itself into my brain. As soon as I hear it, I get like giddy with excitement. Such a banger, indeed. You little runaway, you little runaway. A nightmare will get you soon. No need to contemplate how deeply that you're afraid. Best theme song. It's a matter of time, a matter of time. Don't need to look far to find it. Every story you tell will represent. Jeff Lim. Hey, what was that? Wait, that face there. Wait, give me a second. I just realized something. Hey, what was that? Wait. Oh, that's the mask from the previous episode, wasn't it? The killer guy. That not the hatchet man. The whatever. You know that was that mask, wasn't it? Or puppet, I think. Right? I didn't pause it well. I don't. I can't be entirely sure. High, but I will find you. Close your eyes if you doze off. Hold your breath so I don't hear you. The trail of tears that you will leave me. Will leave you straight to those who fear me. You can run if I don't catch you. The Axeman, thank you. Time is gonna get you. By the way, if you get upset about me singing in the opening, not anyone in chat, just in general, sucks, because I like the music, so I'm gonna sing to it. Take every precaution, babe. Get out the caution tape, 'cause the timer is ticking down. Do you even understand the danger that you are in? The time always gets me. Shaky ground. A victim's crime. I'm in head and yet nothing that you can do about it. It's all by design. It's all by design. Behind you.
The hell just stop the song for? I'm in a hurry.
What? They chased it. And high, but I will find you. Close your eyes if you don't doze off. Hold your breath so I don't hear you. The trail of tears that you will leave me. Straight to those who fear me. I'm lagging a lot. Is that you or is that problems my side? Alarm's not lagging. I'm not getting any issues over here. I could lower the quality if there is like lag happening. Well, I mean, Lorem, you said that you're not having any issues, so I don't know if I should. Or is low the quality your way of saying that it is lagging instead of just telling me? Because that would be really it would be really nice if you just told me that it's, you know, having issues. It's not lagging, then I won't. And run if I don't catch you. But the nightmare time is gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Daddy. You can run if I don't catch you. But the nightmare time already caught you. I just realized in the intro they always say Daddy's gonna get you. And now part 1 of this episode is called Daddy. Interesting. My goodness, Larf. Daddy. I can't even begin to imagine what this one will be about. I assume it'll be negative, but I can't even like begin to imagine what an episode called Daddy is about. Except like maybe, I don't know, child abuse. Like it's dark, but that's like the only thing I can think of. Especially with like the crack in it. Divorce, maybe. That's actually possible. Actually, being about divorce makes a lot of sense because it's like the word daddy is like cracked. We're already getting like toys. This one's very strange, but also great. Oh boy. Classic. That's Nightmare Time in general, I think. Oh, oops. I forgot to do something.
It is for time to pass when
that. Sorry, I was doing something in a moment. This is the creep who like buys children toys from Black Friday, right? That's. Oh boy. Already off to a interesting start then.
to pass when I'm with you. We could give in to nature's will, but there's still fire in you.
Wait, I wanted to read that. Smile. StarKid, tummy, ponies, poop. I was trying to figure this one out, and I'm like, oh wait, no, it's upside down. Okay. Hail Satan! Hey yo, what? Why are you looking at me like that? Magic the Gathering cards. I've actually been learning how to. I've actually like been. I collect Magic the Gathering cards. Well, collect might be a big word. I buy them occasionally because I like how they look. I'm not this person though. Don't get it twisted. All right. Oh, that expression. Devil. Okay. Already a lot of like demonic symmetry, well, not even symbols. It's just very like outright Hail Satan, the star, the pentagram. Yeah, the pentagram. A devil card. Oh my goodness, I used to play it a lot. I've tried to learn it. I understand like the basics, but playing it's like I'm not that interested. Magic Gathering, I mean. Okay. I have to say it. It's a little disturbing how much their chat's not loading. Oh, then it might. Also, sorry for my cough. I've been a little sick. I've been taking some medicine for it. It's not really helping that much. There you go. Chat should be loading fine. There you go. Hope everyone is good on both sides of the chat. Well, you know, it disturbs the viewing experience, so I apologize. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, I'm all for like, you know, holding on to those things that you liked as a kid. Just because you grew up doesn't mean that you have to grow out of certain things, right? Like cartoons or toys, I guess. But it is a little weird in the way that it's being presented so far.
I have lost the years have cost, but we're
Am I crazy?
years
These, I feel like these are edited into the scene. Like, they're not actually there. They're like pictures. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, though.
have cost, but we're still breathing.
They're photoshopped? I think so.
My voice still rings.
What kind of psychopath eats fries like that?
Still blink. You still lay down your head.
Hey, I wouldn't say that, Laura.
Stand the test of time.
Although they do have some vibes. I'll say that.
'Cause we're still the same inside.
For free?
A youthful soul, a teenage boy at my very core. Just take my hand, we'll never ever change. I'm young at heart.
Wow. some very bad vibes. It's not no. To be fair, whatever people do in their own homes, as long as it's legal, and it makes them whatever, if it makes them happy, it is what it is. You don't gotta be normal. Like, what even is normal, right? He's in his own home, so it's whatever. You could play to be a child as much as he wants, as long as he keeps it to himself.
A tortured soul, I carried her years, but my heart still goes. It's beating for you as the memories they fade. But I'm young and
But also, this music is kind of, despite the visuals, the music is kind of hidden.
heart, so young and hearted.
Put those toes away, man.
'Cause we're still the same inside.
What? Huh? Wait, huh?
'Cause we're still the same inside.
Were the Care Bears were representing the Lords in Black? That's so interesting. Wiggly, Nibbly, Pokotho. I'm trying to remember their names off the top of my head. Wibbly, Nibbly, Pokotho. I can't. How you remember all the names? I literally can't. I can't remember these two. Oh, jeez.
Excuse me, Alexandra.
Lex Foster looks up to find her boss, Frank Priceley, glaring down at her.
What?
Could you at least pretend to be working?
We get to see Lex. Yay! Also, hey Tom, welcome to the stream. We're seeing Lex at the did you work at like an unnamed toy store? Wiggly, Nibbly, Blinky, Pokey. And I don't know the last one. No, I didn't say hi to Joseph, Lauren. I said hi to Tom on YouTube.
I'm at the checkout counter, Frank. Who do you want me to check out?
She motions to the pitifully empty toy store.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Toy
maybe
Zone.
There's a reason no one's coming in. They look through the window and what do they see? You, sour-faced, bored out of your mind, doing the crossword or whatever this is.
It's not the cash register's job to greet people. Normally in these kind of stores, there's an actual greeter who like greets people. But then again, he's a boss. So if you're not doing multiple jobs at the same time, you're hardly working.
He grabs the sheet of paper Lex has been scribbling away at. His heart sinks when he sees it.
A job application? Lex, I knew you'd leave me one day, but for Best Buy? Best Buy?
Filling out a job application at your job is crazy. Like, like I get it, but also that's wild.
I'm not leaving. I need a second job because someone keeps cutting my hours.
If you get a second job, how are you supposed to come in here and give 110%? When you're not in Toy Zone, you should be thinking about it, dreaming about it. If the two of us work together, we can turn this place around, or you can throw it all away. You had a future here, Alexandra.
Oh my gosh. Not 110%. I know, it's like, it's crazy how a boss will put, like, so much personal responsibility on just any other employee. It's just like, this is just a job for me. I have no interest in turning this business around or whatever. I just need money and you're not paying. And the fact that they want you to, like, to have so much brand loyalty to your job, which, you know, in the past was more of a thing, but now who would be loyal to a job that can fire you at any moment, right? Like, it's crazy.
I don't think so, Frank. I don't even think you have a future here. And it doesn't have anything to do with me or you. It's just, why would anyone come all the way to the mall when they could just order the same shit off of Amazon?
True.
Don't speak that word. Don't even think about it. I can see you're thinking it. You know what? Just go. Take the rest of the day off.
Seriously, you're cutting my hours?
I'll pay you for your time. I just don't want to see you right now.
Heck yeah, free, free, that's just a free payday. Let's go. Man, I guess business struggles without Wiggly. Was the toy just called Wiggly, or was it like Tiggly Wiggly? Ah, whatever. Without that toy to prop up sales, I guess they're struggling.
All right.
Lex throws her stuff in her bag and heads for the door.
Hey, you want me to pick you up an application for Best Buy?
Oof.
With all your retail experience, you might even make manager.
Out. I want you out.
That
Dang.
night, Frank closes up shop alone.
Tickle me, Wiggly. Thank you. I don't know. I could not. Honestly, Joseph, thank you so much for being here. I would have zero. I would make so many references to things and be like, oh, that thing that I can't remember the name of without you. Only $49.95. What a steal.
His footsteps echo through the deserted halls of Lakeside Mall.
Oh.
Store windows bear signs reading closed or out of business or liquidation sale. Everything must go.
Dang.
He remembers a time when Lakeside was the beating heart of Hatchetfield. Now, it looks more like a graveyard.
Like so.
Frank furrows his brow.
Fucking Amazon.
Is Lakeside... I thought Hatchetfield was like a city. Is Hatchetfield more of like an area? I mean, it seems pretty big. I don't know. Or is Lakeside like a street? I don't know. But it is sad to see like small businesses close down in an area. That's always like kind of depressing. Even if you didn't go to the stores in general, it's a little sad to see them, to see a landmark go away and get replaced, especially by like a big business, because my goodness, the money flows into them and then goes back to corporate and not back into the local economy.
At home, he lugs his groceries into his rundown condominium. He heads for the kitchen, trying to ignore the stacks of bills and the envelope labeled "Warning, Final Notice." He removes a large dog bone from one of his shopping bags, smiles, and slaps his leg.
Oh, he has a
Hey,
dog.
buddy, Daddy's home. I tell you, buddy, the day I had.
but the dog doesn't come, like it's done every day for the past 9 years.
No.
Buddy? Come and get your bone, you lucky boy.
Don't start this with the dog.
Frank checks the living room, where he finds Buddy lying motionless on the floor.
Come on, that's...
Buddy?
2 days later, at the Hatchetfield Animal Hospital, a veterinary technician hands Frank a can filled with ashes.
He lived a very long and happy life. How old was he, Frank?
I don't know exactly. He was a rescue. He was my best friend, my best...
Oh, that's such a sad way to... Man, that's all right. Very depressing so far. The business is failing. The dog, buddy, no.
Later, Frank walks absent-mindedly toward downtown, letting his feet take him where they will. Before long, he finds himself outside his favorite throwback diner, Miss Retro's.
Miss Retro's.
The little restaurant is lined floor to ceiling with memorabilia from the 80s, movie posters, records, and Frank's...
Dog death plus Corey's sad acting. It's like they're trying to kill us. I know, I'm already going into this with such a heavy heart already.
personal favorite, a huge glass cabinet of vintage toys. He admires a miniature lime green fortress with childlike wonder.
An original Castle Grayskull.
By the power of Grayskull?
1982. It set the standard for all future play sets.
Wow.
No missing pieces.
That's crazy.
It's even got the battle cannon. Very impressive.
You can probably sell that on Amazon. Although, maybe we shouldn't say that, the A word right now. But you can probably sell it on, you know, for a pretty penny if it's in original state.
The owner of Miss Retro steps out from behind the counter, smiling and wiping her hands on her apron.
Wow, you sure know your toys.
That I do, Miss Holloway.
Oh, Miss Holloway.
Hey, Frank. What'll it be? The usual?
No, I'm fine. I was just in the neighborhood, and I really don't know why I came in.
Is everything okay, Frank?
Oh, man. So this is what Miss Holloway does on her. Miss Holloway is the one that helped Hannah, right? They like went into her mind. I guess we know what her day job is outside of helping like youths.
Silverware clinks.
That
Miss
scared me.
Holloway sits across from Frank as he finishes
Pie jump scare.
a slice of cherry pie. On the TV in the corner, an old toy commercial from the 80s shows kids playing with plastic, armor-clad dinosaurs. Frank smiles and motions to the screen.
Those were the good old days. The golden age of toys. I had them all. The garbage men, the cowboys, lobsters, lobsters for hire.
Lobstars? That's crazy. Retro dino owner by day, cool witch by night. I mean, sounds like she's cool on like both times. A retro dino owner? That's so cool.
My mom and dad gave me an earful. Frankie, you're wasting your money. They had all these plans for me, and all I wanted to do was work in a toy store.
Huh.
Guess I disappointed them.
That's an interesting dream to have. But I mean, it's kind of sweet to have like such a dream that you can really attain.
They were hard people.
But they loved you.
I know that now. But when they died, I was more interested in proving them wrong. They left me some
Oh.
money, so I bought Toy Zone. On July 1st, 1996, when the doors opened, it was my store. Happiest day of my life.
Oh.
And it all went downhill from there.
I heard Lakeside was in trouble. Is it really that bad? No one's come.
Lakeside is the mall. I'm sorry. I just like realized. Oh, that's what they referred to as Lakeside. Okay. Dang. Yeah, malls have really dropped in popularity. I mean, people just aren't going out as much anymore, you know?
Coming in?
Oh,
Not much reason to.
someone is.
The next morning, Frank slides open Toy Zone's security
Oh.
gate to find
Good morning, Mr. Priceley.
Sherman Young, his last loyal customer.
Come on in, Sherman.
The man rushes in,
Sherman Young. Okay.
throwing up his arms.
At last, the pearly gates have opened. Huzzah! So, what do you got for me today, Frank?
From behind the counter, Frank
That expression that he has on his face is just like, yeah, whatever you say. You are the only person coming in, so whatever you want, Sherman.
takes out a cardboard box.
They came in this morning. You're lucky, Sherman. You beat the rush. I expect these little guys to fly off the shelves.
No one is coming into your store.
Tease me, Frank. Let me see 'em.
Straight from the gumdrop forest, swooping down from the sweet top tree, it's the sugar gliders. Wait,
Sherman Sherman is so excited. They're shaking and they're like
four, baby.
From the box, Frank whips out a collection of adorable, brightly colored figures.
Shuggies!
Frank presents each of the toys
Shuggies.
with Showman's flourish.
We got the heroic rainbow heart, the playful
Aw.
skip doodle, and that grumpy old curmudgeon, soggy tail.
I kind of thought they were gonna like show us dolls, but fair enough, I guess. If he wasn't such a creepy weirdo, he'd be so relatable. Yeah, I genuinely hard agree. If he wasn't such a creepy weirdo, I'd relate so hard to him.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not the reality we live in. We live in one where Sherman is himself.
That's the good stuff. Oh, it is so hard to pick. People talk about the big decisions in life, and this is one of them. See, rainbow
Okay.
heart is a must-have, but I have a soft spot for soggy tail. Sherman!
In the entryway, a ravishing woman in a sleek, form-fitting dress flips her hair and lowers her
Who's
sunglasses.
this?
I'm waiting. Then wait.
The woman rolls her eyes and saunters off.
Sorry. She's with me.
Who is that?
You dog. That's your girlfriend.
No, Mr. Priceley. That is my mother.
Okay, I kind of had like a... That's kind of what I was expecting. Because it makes sense that a person like this would probably have a really, really rich parent. Or at least a rich enough parent that they could afford to spend their days playing with toys and be such a weird person. It's kind of difficult to be this weird naturally, you know? Like most people at least can like pretend to not be strange in public, to not let their strangeness out. So all things are adding up to me.
Really?
Also, really, dang, she looks considerably younger. She looks way younger than Sherman.
Gobsmacked, Frank stares out at the woman, who sits on a bench reapplying her lipstick in a compact mirror.
That woman? Out there?
She looks great.
Stepmother?
No. 14 hours of hard labor. She's always...
It's the same actress? Really? As who? Like what do you mean? Do you mean like Sherman and their mother? Or are you talking about like some Because if that... What? That's crazy. Maybe it's because of the glasses, but I never would have guessed that. Thank you for telling me. Also, hey, he's young at heart. Definitely at heart only. Oh man, wow, her range is crazy.
Wow, she looks good.
Yeah, she's a MILF.
You shouldn't say that about your own mama. I could say it.
I'm sure Sherman has heard it before. It's incredible. Even in Black Friday, you see her play Sherman in one of the politicians, and the difference is hilarious. I can't even think of what you're saying. I feel like I can't even think of who you're talking about, because Sherman was like such a unique person. They feel like different from everybody else.
Mr. Presley, are you attracted to my mother?
I'm just saying she looks good for her age. I don't know what age that is, but
Just imagine.
Her I don't know, maybe her youth is due to some dark black lord magic. We do know that the rich folk of Hatchetfield are a little involved with the cult of the Starry Children. Starry-eyed children, I think, right? Yeah. I don't know.
If you two ended up together, you know what that would make you, Mr. Presley. That would make you my daddy.
And instantly, all his, like, interest is, like, gone. He's like, oh, wow, she's hot, but she's not that hot.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Here we go.
Well, she's all alone in the world.
Oh.
Don't know why. She's loaded.
Loaded?
Yeah. How do you think I afford all these toys? We're working on curbing my spending habits.
Mm.
But just look at these sugies, huh?
Oh dear, Daddy got her. Good luck. Yeah, I get. Oh boy. You know, maybe I should put it on screen for that little. Nah, maybe. Oh man, so 2 daddies are at this point. Interesting. Let's hope that doesn't go too high after this.
Frank Presley smiles, putting on that salesman charm.
But also interesting that she's attractive and now also rich. 2 very good reasons to go after for him to, you know, try to get a relationship.
You're right. They're all vital to any self-respecting collector. I mean, you can't break up the Sugar Gliders. They're a team. No, a family.
Ah, so true.
From atop the sweet top, the Sugies go gliding, riding the rainbow. Adventure awaits.
Their hearts are glowing. The sugies are showing the magic of family, 'cause love conquers hate.
Sugies are gliding, they're soaring above.
He's a good salesman.
Sugies are riding on skin flaps of love.
Skin flaps.
Oh, what the hell?
What a bad.
I'll get them all.
What a interesting choice of words. Later, Frank.
But man, good salesman. He knows what the client wants, even if the client doesn't want it.
It's the final item in a mound of packages.
So that's all the dolls in Wave 4. The Sugarmobile and the Sugar Copter, the Sweet Top playset, and last but not least, Count No Good and his No Good Goons. Your total comes to $397.27.
This man is living every child's dream. Because having one of the toys is never enough. You get one toy. I mean, I barely ever got one toy at even. But when you get that one toy, and then you see all the accessories that could come with it, and you know you're never gonna get them, and how fun it would be to have them. He's living every child's dream, as a creepy middle-aged, potentially middle-aged guy. Imagine being a random guy passing the store as this happens. It's Hatchetfields. I'm sure they've seen weirder stuff.
Sherman's mother stands at the register, frowning.
Sherman, what have you done?
Don't shame me.
I could never say no to that face.
Yes.
Okay.
Milf ever.
Don't say MILF about your own mother. I agree with Frank on this. Don't say that. But also, I'm like looking closely at them. I'm like, okay, yeah, they are the same. They are the same actress. I'm like, that's so.
She takes out her wallet while Sherman snatches up.
But if you hadn't told me and I hadn't like started paying attention, it would have taken me a while to actually notice that on my own.
The toys and runs from the store.
Well, I sent him in with explicit instructions, one toy, and here I am walking away with $400 worth of flying squirrels. You're quite a salesman, Mr. Presley.
Hey, if you got the money and it makes you happy, why not?
It was something to see. You were so full of life.
Oh?
I've been missing that kind of passion. Here you are.
Okay, maybe she's interested too, actually. Okay.
She hands him a stack of bills.
Oops, it's only 400. You gave me an extra.
Consider it a tip.
This isn't really that kind of place.
Well, then you simply must let me have you for dinner. Would Friday at 7 o'clock work?
I don't want to impose.
Please.
Well, that was easy.
Talks about you all the time, Mr. Presley. Mr. Presley. I feel like you're part of the family already. My address is 13 Conifer Lane.
13
Pinebrook?
Conifer Lane. Pinebrook.
Remember, 7 o'clock. Don't keep me waiting.
I don't know if these exact locations are gonna matter, but I'm trying to reserve them to memory. What did they say again? Bookpine?
That Friday night, Frank's junky Ford Taurus pulls up to the towering iron gate surrounding 13 Conifer Lane.
There you go.
He rolls down his window and presses the intercom.
Hi, Frank Priceley. I'm here for dinner.
Man, a gated community. I'm not surprised.
The intercom crackles and the gate screeches open. Frank guides his car through the estate's winding
Actually, no, not a gated community. A gated, like, home. Okay. Yeah, they have money.
driveway to a monolithic stone mansion.
But now I'm worried. Now I'm worried about what's their intentions. Is this really just like a date? Or... Listen, is Frank gonna get sacrificed to the Lords in Black? I have to know, alright? I worry, alright? A little bit.
He gapes up at it.
Loaded, huh? I'll say.
When Frank
Definitely.
rings the bell, the double doors are opened by an impossibly tall man in a tuxedo. He's gaunt and ghost
Oh
white.
boy.
He glares at Frank with large, sunken eyes.
Is Mrs. Young home?
Sam's actress
As
again?
Frank backs
What?
away nervously. Sherman appears.
Marco, relax, will you?
Same actress again? How many characters is she playing? It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Can a beautiful male ask a guy out without any ulterior motive? Shake my head. Listen, I'd be so happy if it was just purely, you know, that she's just interested in him. But it's Hatchetfield, and she's rich. Two very big negatives to any chance of things going well, you know? But also, that guy was definitely like an undead or something. I don't know.
Hi, Sherman.
Just standing
The
there like,
giant butler nods and wanders off.
Don't mind Marco. He's a big softy.
I'm sure.
Huge softy.
He used to throw javelin for the Olympics.
Oh, that's cool.
Frank Price.
Sherman's mother.
That smile. Remember James and Charlotte and Hannah's mom? Well.
Sends the grand.
I don't remember, to be honest. Hannah's mom, as in like the one who like was drinking and a ton, and Jade and Charlotte. Interesting.
Grand staircase in a sparkling black evening gown.
Welcome to my home.
At an ornate dining table, Frank chews a piece of mouth-watering
You're right. Yeah, a lot of mom rolls. I hadn't really taken note of that, but yeah, it's true.
steak.
You are some cook, Mrs. Young.
Please, Frank, call me Sheila. And
Sheila.
I don't cook. I just eat.
Yeah, I would have been really surprised if she actually cooked this food. When you're that rich, just hire somebody to do it for you. They'll probably do it better.
But I will send your compliments to Marco. He takes
Oh.
very good care of us.
Margo cooked this.
After dinner, Sherman throws open a set of large double doors.
Ta-da!
Oh
He
boy.
flips the light switch to illuminate a cavernous room with rows upon rows of glass cases. Inside is the most extensive array of toys Frank Priestley has ever seen.
I'm imagining what they're saying, and that would be kind of epic. Yeah.
Well, it's a work in progress. No collection is ever truly complete.
In awe, Frank hurries from one case
This room, off the top of my head, is probably thousands of dollars worth of toys.
to the next, until he spots a shelf of vintage toys that he himself collected when he was a boy. He gawks at one figure in particular, held aloft on a rotating pedestal.
Okay.
That's a gold-plated chrome star, mint in the box. That's the holy grail of Cowborg toys.
Cowborg. What a series. I like the little alternate history stuff we get about this world and their stuff.
I knew you'd appreciate it. You're the only one who does.
You know what they say, growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional.
True.
Growing up is for poor people, Frank.
I mean, okay. Also technically true.
Right. Well, this is beyond impressive.
Yeah, well, Mother says she spoils the men in her life.
Does she now?
Later, Frank
Okay. Does Frank like actually get along with Sherman a little bit? Like Sherman's a bit of a weirdo. Well, a bit, but it seems like Frank kind of like they're kind of like friends because he's like, well, he likes toys as much as I do. Maybe more, but you know. Sherman would make a killing posting hot takes on Twitter with opinions like that. He'd have a massive following. So many stands.
looks up at a portrait of a stern, regal man. It hangs above a crackling fireplace.
The late, great Mr. Young. He died when Sherman was just a baby.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Was he sick?
No. He was murdered.
It's like, oh no, he was murdered. Drink? X? I'm not gonna call Twitter X.
You're a good man, Frank Priceley. My son adores you.
Frank Priceley.
I've become quite a fan myself.
Hey, you're not so bad yourself.
Ah. That salesman charm.
Frank, I may not look it, but I'm too old for games. We both are. Oh, I have this big house, all this money, and
That music in the background, the moment she said, I'm too old for games. I get the feeling she's like 100 years old. The little ping with the piano before going right back into score really sets the murdered nightcap. Oh, man. Ooh.
no one to share it with. Yes, there's Sherman, but he can't quench all of my desires. Which is why I propose
Oh.
Partnership.
to put it bluntly, Frank. I want to marry you.
I mean, yeah, she said blunt. You got a theory, Lauren? She's ready to hear it.
Marry me? You just met me.
Hey, she said she's too old for these games, alright?
I don't believe in any of that soulmates or naive foolishness. A marriage is a mutually beneficial contract between two parties.
True.
Besides, I could use a man around the house. Well, I know the mall is about to be shuttered. Where does that leave Toy Zone? Together with your business skills and my resources, we can ensure that Lakeside stays open forever.
Wait, I just realized. No, I don't think she's gonna. No, she's way richer than him. She wouldn't want to kill him for his money. If she wanted to kill him, it's probably to stay young for longer. That's my thoughts. But also, I'm trying to remember. In Nerdy Prudes, we got told about locations that were made by the family who made Hatchetfield, and the ones who were part of the that were part of this the Cult of Starry-Eyed Children. Was Lakeside one of the locations that they built? Because if so, that's probably the reason she wants to ensure that it doesn't... Oh, man, I knew it! I got it! That's probably the reason why she wants to make sure it doesn't close down. Because it's an important location. Ooh, alright, okay. I have a brain. I can pick stuff up sometimes.
So, what do you say, Frank? Are we in business?
The mall was built later. I see it was. I think they probably built the mall later on whatever on just Lakeside, whatever it was before. Maybe, I don't know.
Wedding bells ring. Frank and Sheila run down the church steps and slide into the back of a limousine. Tin cans clatter behind the car as they drive off to the airport and their new life together as husband and wife. Weeks later, Frank Young...
I was like trying to remember how to play that, because I actually learned how to play wedding songs on the piano. Well, that specific, like the classic. But mainly because my mom said that it would be good for me to know for like any wedding. I never used it at a wedding ever. The literally just meant she doesn't have time for these games. She has plans, big plans that probably they probably involve killing him, but you know, plans.
Young Priceley, decked out in a $6,000 suit, strolls through the door of Miss Retro's Throwback Diner.
So the rumors are true. Frank Priceley's off the market. Gonna be a lot of broken hearts around town.
What can I say? Sheila made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Oh man, the rumors are out. Does Frank Presley is gay? No. Well, Paul and Emma forever and always. Never be them. Oof.
At the bar, across from Miss Holloway, Frank swallows a mouthful of pie.
Honeymoon was something else. Don't know why Sherman had to tag along. Sheila babies him. That's the problem. Well, Daddy's gonna put a stop to that.
Put up the daddy counter. we got another one. We're at 3 now. Incredible. But man, they brought Sherman to the honeymoon? Ugh. The reason I actually paused, though, was pie. Thoughts? I hate apple pie. I like pumpkin pie. I have very little knowledge of pies outside of that. Thoughts? We have a pie, so it's been on my mind.
His toy collection's big enough.
Let me get this straight. We got a parent who doesn't approve of his son collecting toys. Where have I heard that before?
There's a big difference between me and him. I scraped and saved for every toy I bought. Sherman is spoiled. Rotten.
Later, Frank kicks back in his chair as workers...
Interesting. On one hand, I do... 3.145 is the only pie I care about. I do kind of agree that Sherman definitely is spoiled rotten. But... there's... Frank coming in as, like, a stepfather... probably won't have much say in, you know, limiting his... limiting Sherman's spending habits. Apple pie tastes great. Unfortunately, texture makes it feel like 60% apple to the core and 40% actual apple. Yeah, the texture was rough.
Just replace Toy Zone's ratty old carpet and give the walls a fresh coat of paint.
So now that you're rich, can I get a raise?
Raise? What happened to your promising career at Best Buy?
All the positions are filled.
Dang, that sucks.
Your dazzling resume didn't catch their eye?
Okay, forget it.
I believe people get what they deserve. So, I will give you that raise, Alexandra. When you prove to me that you deserve it.
Gosh dang it.
Whatever.
She's just trying to make it, you know, Lex straight shooter, respect her for that. I mean, yeah, like, it's not her fault that she was trying to get a job at a business that wasn't failing. How could she possibly have predicted that you were gonna get lucky and marry Sheila and like bring back the toy store? Poor Lex.
She walks off. Frank smiles.
I'm a disciplined daddy.
The next day,
Daddy counter.
Frank descends the grand staircase of his new home to find the whole place filled with balloons and streamers. He scratches his head.
Huh?
In the kitchen, Sherman sits at the breakfast table. Sheila sets out another bundle of balloons as Frank walks in.
Good morning, Daddy.
Hi.
Okay.
Sheila, what's with all the decor?
We're celebrating. It's Sherman's birthday this month. That means every day is a party just for him.
The month is his birthday?
Rich people. How'd you turn in, Sherman?
41.
41? Frank, never say that again, please. How old is Sheila? Like, on the most disturbing minimum, like, is like at least, it's pretty young. So that would put a minimum. She would be like 50, like 55, which is minimum and also unlikely. More likely is that she is like in her 60s to 70s. She looks good for her age. I got to give her that at least.
Big boy.
Mother, I will have a bowl of marshmallow charms for breakfast now.
Of course, course, baby. You can have anything you want.
Happy birthday to me.
Marshmallow charms? What kind of breakfast is that for a grown-ass man? Sherman, why don't I teach you how to make some eggs?
He grabs a frying pan from the cupboard. Sherman stares at him, baffled. Sheila takes Frank by the arm and drags him from the room.
Frank, what are you doing? Sherman does not cook.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, yes, you're married, but clearly Frank is not the one in control in this relationship. She has the money. It's her home. It's her son. And to her, this marriage is a contract. So, I don't know.
He's not allowed anywhere near the stove. A grease fire could set him ablaze and kill him. We have Marco for that sort of thing.
Don't you think it's our job as parents to prepare Sherman to survive on his own? There's gonna be a day when we're both gone.
I'm not going anywhere. Now give him the cereal.
I mean, under that logic, I guess my brain when I want to. I don't know. I like cooking. I think it's fun, but also, I think she really is not gonna be dying of old age anytime soon. And under that logic, I mean, I guess there's not that much harm in babying him, right? I feel like he'll die of old age before she does. So, it's like whatever, really. But if she does die of any other reason, that would still be bad, you know? And then he'd be left to fend for himself.
Alright.
He pours a bowl of marshmallow charms and drops it in front of Sherman.
Here. Enjoy.
Uh-oh.
Huh. Is this a joke? I can't eat that.
I'm glad you agree, because that is a bowl of sugar, and you're kind of getting up there, pal.
God, Frank, what are you doing? You just gave it to him straight out of the box?
What should I have done, Sheila?
He can't eat the crunchy pieces.
You mean the cereal?
He has very weak teeth. He'll break them on these.
Are you hearing this? He has fragile bone syndrome or something? What is... My goodness. Also, I'll be real. If I was Frank, that have to hold me back by force. Have to hold me back by force now. I'm listening to this. I'm baffled. Also, about cereal, I like sugary cereal. I'll just be straight up. I don't like sugar that much in general nowadays, but I do still like sugary cereals. But the best part of those cereals is not the sugar part. It's the cereal, in my opinion. I'm just saying. And that's crazy.
Pick out the hard pieces and throw them away. Usually Marco does this, but now you're going to.
Are you serious?
Yes! Unless you want to see me furious, you'll fix the damn cereal.
Frank opens his mouth, ready to lay down the law, then relents.
Okay. Your house, your rules.
That's what I'm saying.
After 20 minutes of rummaging through cereal, removing crunchy pieces, Frank plops a bowl in front of Sherman.
Thank you, Daddy.
Sherman begins scarfing it down. Sheila runs a hand down Frank's back, nuzzling her head against his shoulder.
I'm sorry I was harsh, Frank, but you have to understand. He's my son. I'd do anything to make him happy.
I get it. Sherman can eat all the garbage he wants, and when his body falls apart, you got plenty of money to fix it.
True, actually.
So glad you understand. See?
Like, he said it as a sort of, like, gotcha moment, like, is like, yeah, this is making him happy now, but, you know, it's gonna make him suffer in the future. It's like, don't worry. We'll solve it with money. It's like, oh, getting basic healthcare is like $10,000 in the US? Don't worry about it. We're gonna spend like $1 billion making sure he doesn't die ever.
We're all getting along so beautifully.
Sherman hurls the bowl across the room. He collapses to the floor, writhing and screaming.
Shirley? Sweetheart? What's wrong?
I crunched something.
God, Frank! You left in one of the hard pieces? What have you done?
Frank has to be shocked. He's like, oh my god, it's real. It actually hurt him.
Hours later, Sheila and Frank stand in the waiting room of St. Damian's Hospital. The nurse on duty, Becky Barnes, flips
Hey, Becky
through a
Barnes.
Okay, I've got good news, Mrs. Young. Sherman's teeth are just fine.
Oh, really? And how would you know? I want to talk to a doctor, not the hospital's flimsy.
Doctor tell you the same thing, ma'am. Now, we'd like to get Sherman out of here as quickly as possible because this is the pediatric wing and he's a grown-ass man.
Later, Frank and Sheila wait outside the front end.
Okay, so he did actually break his teeth. The fact that it hurt him, though, like actually hurt him is crazy. Or was it like psychomatic, where he's like, he just crunched something so he thinks he got hurt? I don't know.
Well, that nurse was an idiot. Did you see the way she talked to me? I'm never coming back here again.
Sheila, Sherman's fine.
Fine? You sound like one of those so-called doctors. A tiny microscopic piece of his tooth could have broken off and gone into his bloodstream and killed him.
I think you might...
Also, that just wouldn't have killed him, period. Even if... Okay. Even if, like, a microscopic piece of his tooth chips off. It would... Even if it somehow, in some way, got out of the digestive system of your mouth, throat, you know, stomach, and into your bloodstream. If it's microscopic, that just isn't enough to actually, like, kill you. What is this?
Just maybe... be overreacting?
Don't you dare gaslight me, Frank. You almost killed our son. We're in big trouble, Mr. Big trouble.
Yeah, people literally swallow their teeth on accident quite often. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But also, gaslight, my goodness, ma'am. It's like, here's this very reasonable, objectively true fact. It's like, you are gaslighting me. Also, wasn't there that one dude who ate entire knives, or how many long times survived? The first, I don't know how many. Probably, yeah. There was also that guy who ate a plane, piece by piece. Very impressive.
The doors slide open and Marco pushes out a wheelchair containing a pitiful-looking Sherman. Sheila rushes to him.
There he is, my brave
What?
boy.
Your birthday's in 3 weeks, Sherman.
They put a strap on my arm and pumped it full of air. And it squeezed me so tight and I was so scared. I wanted to get out of there so I could see my
Mommy's here.
daddy.
Sherman hops out of the chair and throws his arms around Frank. Sheila glares at her husband with white-hot jealousy.
Oh boy. Also, yes, there's that, I don't know his name, but he like ate an entire plane. He made like a whole history of like eating stuff. Also, yes, another to the daddy count. And also, wow. This conflict is rapidly escalating. I'm surprised that Sherman is so attached to Frank, all things considered. Maybe he just wants a dad.
Later,
He's never had
the
one.
limousine pulls up the driveway to the young mansion. Sherman has fallen asleep on Frank's shoulder. A trickle of drool has leaked from Sherman's mouth and down Frank's sleeve. Sheila watches, silently stewing.
Hmm.
Marco opens the back door and picks up Sherman, careful not to wake him.
Marco, carry him inside.
They go.
There they go.
Sheila lights a cigarette and rounds on her husband.
I bet you just loved that.
What? Having a grown man drool all over my shirt?
He only prefers you because I'm the hard ass who made him go to the doctor. Well, I'm sick of it, Frank. I can't be the only one doling out discipline.
What? Huh? Frank is the only one doling discipline out here.
You're not allowed to sleep with me tonight.
Fine. I'll sleep in one of the other 20 rooms.
Oh, no. No, you're not.
Oh.
I don't know where you're going to sleep, but it won't be under my roof.
Oh.
Good night.
She slams the front door and locks it behind her.
Sheila? Sheila, come on! Open up! It's getting cold out here!
Well, that's a little harsh. But I know it's ridiculous. But I know people like this, which just makes it so infuriating. Yeah, no, there are parents who just like are actually incapable of taking any like sort of responsibility for the way they've raised their kids.
Thunder booms overhead and rain begins to fall.
Also, I think I need to drop the quality down to 360. Sorry. Give it a moment.
Frank is drenched.
Great! You know what? Fine. I'll get a hotel.
Soaked and
Oof.
shivering, Frank trudges through.
Does he still have access to all the money? Because if so, then he should be fine. If not, then I hope he has money on him.
Mud to the property's front gate. When he gets there, it's shut tight.
Bro!
How do you open this thing?
That's not
He
fair.
looks up at the gate. 12 feet of iron with some nasty-looking spikes on top. Without much of a choice, he takes hold of the bars and starts to climb. He gets halfway up when his foot slips, and he crashes back down to the ground.
Youch.
God damn it!
Later, Frank sits huddled beneath a tree, trying and failing to stay dry.
There we go.
Coughs and shudders.
Daddy counter's up here.
I can't feel my hands. I can't feel my hands.
Frank looks back to the mansion. He circles the perimeter, trying all the windows on the ground floor. They're locked and barred, every one. He looks up.
That's
to his
horrible.
bathroom.
My goodness.
Sherman's bedroom. He grabs.
I was really hoping, that he'd be able to at least go get a hotel. I mean, it would have been a little rough since he would have to walk, and also the rain still would have happened. But doesn't even get that comfort. My God.
Gutter and starts to climb. Inside, Sherman is awoken by the sound of knocking. He bolts up in bed.
Peter Pan?
Sherman rushes for the balcony doors,
Sherman, you're a little late for Peter Pan, honestly.
where he finds a dripping, worn-out Frank.
Sherman, open up.
No. It's just my daddy.
Sherman unlocks the doors and cracks them enough to peek his head out.
Oh, thank God. Let me in.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Mother left you out there for a reason. She'd be pretty PO'd if I let you back in.
P.O.?
Frank plows past Sherman. He storms down the hallway, fuming. He kicks open the door to his bedroom. He heads for the closet and starts cramming clothes into a suitcase. As he does, Sheila appears in the doorway, sipping a brandy.
I mean, I guess that is a being left outside in weather where you can actually get like genuinely hurt from the cold. That would be a little bit of a breaking point for some people. For me, I wish I said it would breaking point, but it probably wouldn't be.
Excuse me. What do you think you're doing inside?
Packing.
Packing? What do you mean packing?
Frank opens a drawer and grabs his car keys. Suitcase in hand, he heads downstairs.
Oh.
You think I'm gonna stay here after a stunt like that? I could have died of hypothermia.
Oh, now who's overreacting, baby?
Baby? Baby?
She has no, like, ability to conceptualize in her mind what is and is not a reasonable threat. Or at least when it doesn't come to her son, at least. But genuinely good for Frank. He understands, he knows his worth. He's like, no, we're not staying together after something like that. We haven't known each other for nearly long enough for that to be the case.
The baby is that 40-year-old man you keep dressed in footy pajamas. You've trapped him in boyhood. You wrapped him in a bubble of toys and sugar cereal. You're so out of touch. You're both so rich, it's turned you into monsters. Your money made you monsters.
My money, huh?
Huh.
And what are you going to do without my money? You can kiss Toy Zone goodbye, I'll buy Lakeside and tear it down myself.
Uh-oh.
That's where you're wrong, sweetheart. Because when I divorce your ass, I'm gonna take half of all this. Toy Zone's gonna be bigger and better than ever. I'll expand. Open a...
You didn't sign a prenup? That's crazy.
Toy Zone in every city and these United States.
I like the sound of that.
Sherman.
Watches the fight from the sidelines. Frank turns on his heels and heads for the door.
See you around, Sheila. My future ex-wife. This partnership is over.
Wait for me, Daddy. I'll get my things.
You're not coming with me, Sherman. You're weird. And when we split up, everything in the divorce, that gold-plated chrome star, is mine!
Just as Frank puts his hand on the front doorknob, Sheila calls after him.
So, you think you can just abandon me and your...
That's like the craziest. That is the most horrific threat that he could say to Sherman. But also, this does answer my question of how does Frank feel about Sherman? Because, like, based off his facial expressions and reactions, he clearly always thought Sherman was weird, but he's like, whatever, I can pretend that we're to chill. But clearly Sherman thought that they were actually, like, close, you know? Oof.
Son? Well, I've got news for you, Frank. No one walks out on Sheila Young!
She grabs hold of a lever on the wall and pulls it. Suddenly, the floor beneath Frank gives way as a trap door flies open. Frank slides down.
And an actual trap door? That's crazy. That's how you know they're rich.
On a slime
Not that I'd think actual. Well, maybe. They might
coated
have that.
tunnel, ancient and stinky.
Nickel-Lang
Screams
jump scare.
And flails, then falls. Splash! He lands in a flooded underground pit. He spits a mouthful of stale green water.
Do you think that Sheila's previous husband died when he also tried to be more strict with their son? He's a great writer and narrator, but you know, yeah. I mean, I said pie jump scare like 40 minutes ago, so I don't know. I get it. Wait, where is he?
What?
Panicked, Frank finds himself in some sort of ancient catacombs beneath the house. He feels something scurry past his arm. Dozens of furry shapes paddle through the water.
Rats. Oh, God. Oh, dear God.
A voice echoes down into the subterranean hell.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Oh,
The
Sherman
trap
knows
door
about this, huh?
closes, and Frank is left down there, in the dark.
Is this a literal dungeon? Do they just have a dungeon?
Sherman comes to his mother, sheepishly.
He was a bad daddy, wasn't he, Mother?
Yes, baby. Just like all the others.
The
Mother.
others?
The huge, gaunt man appears from the shadows.
Frank Priceley needs to disappear. See to it, will you?
Okay, so so this isn't the first. Interesting. I mean, I guess it's not that surprising. It's she has needs, and and there's tons of people who I'm sure would be willing to get with her. But a lot of them wouldn't be willing to deal with Sherman. Sherman is quite the deal breaker.
Underground, Frank finds a ledge and pulls himself out of the water. He can just barely make out the shape of a long stone hallway.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, this can't be happening. It's a nightmare.
Nightmare?
It's a nightmare.
Nightmare time?
Clop. Frank hears shambling footsteps in the dark.
Hello? Who's there? Hello?
Suddenly, a figure rushes out, grabbing hold of him.
Oh gosh.
You have to get me out of here. I'm in a hurry.
What?
Who are you?
My name's Barry Swift. I'm down here for I don't know how long. I tried to run from her, and that huge man threw a javelin right through my leg. They sewed me up, but I think it's infected. I have to get to a doctor. Quick!
Frank looks down to see the man's crudely wrapped leg and understands.
We finally learned his name. This man is in a hurry. Now we know why he's in a hurry. Well, at least in this time we know why he's in a hurry. But he's always in a hurry, Barry Swift. My goodness.
Why he's in such a hurry. It's caked in dried blood and oozing pus. Frank does his best to calm the man.
It's all right, Barry.
Is this the previous husband?
Why don't you lay down?
Frank leads him to a dry spot on the floor. He rips off his jacket, bundles it, and lays it beneath Barry's head.
Stay here. I'll try to find a way out.
Thank you. And please, hurry.
Hurry.
Frank stumbles through the tunnels. He sloshes through a foot of stinking
Gotta be
sludge,
swift for Barry
realizing
Swift.
This must be some forgotten corner of Hatchetfield's sewer system.
Oh.
He runs face first into a heavy iron gate. Padlock hangs from the latch. Beyond it, the tunnels link up with the rest of the city's
I mean that makes sense. If they're using it as a dungeon, they would lock it up. Oof.
Frank can even spot light shining.
I mean, if they can get like a big rock, maybe like just start bashing against where like the padlock. Well, it'd be a little difficult to bash from the other side. No, it'd be like super difficult. If you could like, yeah, I don't know how you do this.
Down from a manhole. He grabs hold of the bars and shakes them with all the.
Also depends on the type of padlock.
Damn it! Damn it!
But if he was the lock-picking lawyer, he would already be out of this place.
He goes limp. He hangs from the bars in utter despair.
There's no way out this. No way out of this.
Wow, he's such a good actor. Like that expression into like his fake crying. That's pretty good.
2 weeks later, Sheila Young admires her reflection in a full-length mirror.
2 weeks. Is Frank just dead, or is he just like starving in there?
She wears a yellow sequin cocktail dress. Tonight is the Hatchetfield Honey Festival, and she
Of
plans
course.
on turning some heads. She marches to the front door.
Sherman dear, I'm going out. I've grieved long and hard, but now it's time to find you a new daddy.
Oh, boy. Can we stop by Toy Zone on the way home? It's been 2 weeks and I'm jonesing.
Sherman, we've been over this. Toy Zone is closed.
No.
I beg to differ. 4 p.m. is well within business hours.
Sherman doesn't understand that now that Frank's gone, what was it called? Toy Zone is gone. But also, wow, I feel like, does she get like a new husband every like 2 to 3 weeks or something? What is this? I feel like people would hear about this, you know?
Yes, but remember, the proprietor of Toy Zone is locked away in a dungeon.
Can't we just pay someone to let me in? I mean,
Also, I wanted to say, speaking of the Honey Festival, it's interesting how the Honey Festival is one of our good ways to get like a measure of the timeline. We can kind of compare things to the Honey Festival and then before and after. Like, how close are you to the Honey Festival? Which I just think is interesting.
what is the point of all of this money if we can't do anything cool with it?
Sherman, forget Toy Zone. You can buy the same shit online. Online?
You cannot capture the same tactile experience online. You just don't understand. No one does.
He stomps off to his room and slams the...
Okay, I think I'm starting to see why... I'm starting to see why Sherman really liked Frank. Because, as he said before, Frank is the only one who gets him when it comes to toys. He's the only one that understands it. It's the Feast or Famine tune in the background.
door.
Sherman! Don't be a poo!
A poo?
Beneath the house, Marco descends a winding
Also, welcome to the
staircase.
stream, Latios
At the
Blue.
bottom is the entrance to the dungeon. He removes a large ring of keys from his pocket and unlocks the metal door. Waiting on the other side is Frank. He's haggard, wasted away.
I mean, the way that I thought things were gonna go down is that he falls down there after Marco gets told that, you know, they got to deal with Frank. I thought Marco was gonna go straight down there, try to kill him. Frank was somehow gonna get out. Although, I guess it makes sense to just leave him there. It's not like he can escape. Just let him die.
Marco drops a tray of moldy food and kicks it to Frank.
Huh?
Giant slams the door shut and ascends.
That's actually way more confusing. Why? Why feed him at all? Is the point... The point is just to get rid of them, no? Why leave him as a person who can live? Side note, but I like how Marco doesn't blink at all. Must be tricky. I haven't even noticed that, but now that you said it, you're right. I haven't actually seen him blink. That is crazy.
the stairway.
How do they? Oh wait, no, he just blinked there. Never mind. You gaslighted me, Tom. I believed you.
The meal to Barry, who lies.
I think he just tries not to. I think she just tries not to blink as much as possible.
Shivering on the cold stone floor.
Here you go, Barry. Try to eat something.
Oh, Barry.
I should have known. I should have listened to my friends when they told me not to marry her. That it was all happening too fast. But I was in a hurry, Frank. To settle down, start a family.
I know, Barry. Try not to talk.
I learned how to gaslight gatekeep Go-Boss. Sorry for my fault. Good luck with that. Man, he was in a hurry. He was just in a hurry. Barry Swift. It's so sad.
I'm gonna die down here, Frank.
No.
Don't say that. We're getting out of here somehow. Well, you don't want to miss the Honey Festival, do you? It's happening soon. Or right now? Or... Oh, God.
I mean, it's so hard to keep track of the days when you're trapped in a place without any sunlight. Do you remember when I gaslighted you on yesterday's stream? You remember that, right? Don't even start with me. I know you weren't there. Joseph. Oh, boy.
Oh, God, how long have I been down here?
No, Barry!
Find Helen for me.
Helen?
My ex-wife. She always told me to slow down. Stop and smell the roses.
Frank's ears perk up. He hears footsteps descending the staircase.
Helen.
Coming. Barry.
I could just vouch for Joseph. I was looking around. No, I was supposed. Don't even start with this gaslight campaign, all right? My goodness.
Barry, do you hear that?
You have to get out of here, Frank. You have to live. You have to live. You have to.
No, Barry.
Hurry.
I've only known him for such a short amount of time, and we've already lost him.
Creaks open. A figure stands there. The light from his lantern stings Frank's eyes.
Oh, Sherman.
Hello, Mr. Priceley.
Sherman? Is that you? My boy. My sweet boy.
I have a problem. And you're going to fix it, Frank.
He was in a hurry to die, taken away from us too soon. Ah, if only he slowed down.
Frank. Don't call me that. I know your mother and I are in a fight right now, but no matter what, I'm always gonna be your dad.
Not for long.
Uh-oh.
Mother's gone out to find a new one. But you know what I'm starting to think? I don't think she cares about getting me a daddy. She just wants a big old shot of vitamin D.
It's so weird that Sherman is like, he's so childish, but he is an adult and he knows about this kind of stuff. Vitamin D is crazy though.
She told me to shop online like a fucking millennial.
Rude.
Fine. Going to the toy store is more than buying things. It's about the weight of the packages in your hands, the smell of fresh plastic.
See?
I know. So that's why you are going to tell me how to get into Toy Zone.
There we go. So I guess this is how. Man, I wish Sherman came a little earlier. That way we could have. That way Barry could have lived, maybe. It's so sad that. If only Sherman was. If only he hurried. Also, again, I wanted to say another sign that as different as they are, they really are similar in that buying toys. They both. This is actually a perfect example of two people who really like toys. One is a weirdo who didn't grow up, but like in the worst way, and then we have Frank, who also, you know, has retained a lot of those things that he loved as a child, but has still grown up, you know? It's very interesting dichotomy that we have here.
Sherman, that's impossible. I have a state-of-the-art security system. I need to scan my finger.
Totally lying.
Okay. Now take your finger. Which one?
What about mall security? They won't let anyone in but me. Now, if you let me out, I'll take you.
So good thinking there. He's like, oh gosh, right. That Sherman's crazy. He really will just take my finger. Oh boy. Should have thought that.
The toy zone. We can go together.
What's gonna stop you from running? You tried to leave before. You said I was weird.
You are weird.
Oh.
Just like me.
Ah.
No one understands you like I do, Sherman.
Okay, that
You. Now you can let me out. And
that was a smart way to turn it around. Instead of just being like, ah, well, I was just being ridiculous. Instead of being like, yeah, you are. Uh-oh. The internet's things are starting to break down on my side. Oh gosh. Sorry about that, guys. Things are getting rough. Wait. What happened? No, don't worry about it. It's fine. Let me just make sure that we're on 360. Refresh the chat. I know. Alright, see you, Alarm. The Lords in Black are trying to stop us. It seems like it. I mean, the screen did go white, so, you know, the black and white, maybe. They pulled the black from us. Sounded weird. But yeah, this is smart.
Just like me. No one understands you like I do, Sherman. I love you. Now you can let me out, and we can go to the toy store, or...
That expression on Sherman's face was like, when he heard, I love you, he's like... It's like he has never heard... He's reacting like, oh my god. That's the first time I've ever heard those words.
Or you can let me die down here. It's your choice. The only thing you can really do to hurt me is deny me one last chance to hold my son.
He opens his arms. Sherman stares at him. After a moment, his lip quivers.
Aww.
And he throws himself at Frank.
Oh, Daddy!
Another one on the counter.
Yeah. That's my boy. My sweet boy.
I mean, I guess Frank, the character, is also a pretty good actor, because he managed to convince Sherman pretty well there. My goodness. But to be fair, I feel like Frank was the best, because they generally do have a connection, like through toys and that stuff, as I was saying before. And it's a very abusable one. So maybe Frank will live through this. Who knows?
Frank holds him, patting his back gently. And while he silently commends himself for being one goddamn hell of a salesman, Frank removes the key ring from Sherman's pocket.
What a salesman. Oh. Sorry, got a phone call. I'll be right back. Hola? ¿A qué? ¿Qué dijiste? ¿Eso es todo? So sorry about that. What a fitting line to pause on. I'll talk to my mother. Whoa, you're right. Wait, that's literally what I was doing. That's actually perfect.
I'll tell her you're the only daddy I want.
Daddy counter.
Toy zone. Oh, here I come.
Sherman races from the dungeon and scampers up the spiral stairs. Keys in hand, Frank shuffles to his fellow prisoner, shaking them.
Barry!
Wait.
Got him! I got the keys! We can unlock the
Wait, is Barry alive?
gate to the sewers! We're getting out of here, Barry! Barry?
Oh, no. I was wrong. I was right.
Frank shakes him again. No response. He checks for a pulse and doesn't find one.
Oh no. Come on, I'm not gonna let you rot down here.
Frank takes hold of Barry.
Come on,
He
Barry.
lifts him onto his back.
One way or another, we're getting out of this hellhole.
Woo.
Up in the house, the front doors burst open.
Wait,
Sherman, I'm home, and I brought someone I'd like you to meet.
am I...
I just adore him, and I know you will too.
The gentleman caller, Ted Spankowski, follows her inside.
All right. Where is the little bastard?
Gosh, dang it, Ted. It's always Ted, man.
No, Mother. You will not bring another man into this house. You are a married woman.
Hey, works for me.
Sherman, don't be rude.
And Ted doesn't even care. He's like, eh.
Come say hello.
No! I want you to release Mr. Priceley. I'm not losing my toy store because you're feeling frisky.
Hey, don't sass your mother or I'll kick your ass, old man.
You're really serious, aren't you, Sherman?
Ted, come on. Nah, in one way or another, Ted is doomed.
Well, if you don't patch things up with Frank, I'll run away again.
You've run away
Takes out
before?
a bindle packed with snacks. He rests it on his shoulder, standing his ground.
Bindle?
She
Like...
sees his determined face, a face she never learned to say no to.
Fine.
Wait, maybe Ted will survive.
Having no more use for her date, she removes a pistol from her purse and points it at him.
Huh? No!
Bang! She fires. The bullet tears into
Bro!
his shoulder.
There was no need for that. Do not tell him to come on, you know, it's the worst. Oh man, why? Why shoot him? You could have just been like, alright. Maybe Ted, yeah, alright. I should just stop guessing stuff. Average Ted experience. Oh man. Why? You could have just let him go, you know? There was no need to kill him. And yet he did. Oh man. Why?
She shoots 3 more rounds. One enters his stomach, one his nuts, and one his head. He falls to the marble floor, dead.
Come on, you were just... You can't even kill him quickly. Gotta hit him everywhere it hurts, then kill him. That's rough, buddy.
Marco, clean that up.
Oh, I closed it.
He grabs hold of Ted's legs and drags him away. Sheila steps over the trail of blood and takes her son's face in her hands.
Maybe I do spoil you, but it's because you and I are the only 2 people that matter. Everyone else is livestock for us. You'll understand soon.
Okay. So I'm definitely right that they're doing the whole, like, sacrificing people to extend their lifespans. And they almost certainly, I guess, Sherman hasn't experienced that yet. That's why he looks 40, because he is. That's why he looks his age, because he hasn't gone through the rejuvenation process. If he goes through that, he's probably gonna be like, make me a kid. I want to be a kid. I don't want to be like a young adult, or I want to be a child, which is disturbing.
The gift? finally going to give it to me, Mother?
The gift.
This year.
Aw.
But if you're very good, maybe for your next birthday. Now let's go and have a word with your father.
Sherman and she.
Okay, so he knows, like, Sherman knows about it. Why hasn't Sheila given him the gift yet? I'm assuming of, like, youth.
Descend the staircase to the dungeon. They follow the muddy trail of footprints to the dank corner where Frank and Barry have been living for the past 2 weeks. They find some rags and an empty food tray, but the men are gone.
Frank!
Sheila shines her lantern down a nearby
What did you miss?
passageway. Nothing.
Not much. Ted died. That's about it.
Then she notices the look on her son's face. He frantically checks his pockets. Only now does Sherman realize his keys are missing.
Classic Sherman L.
You let him escape?
Deep inside the maze of tunnels, Frank trudges through the muck. He carries Barry on his back, making his way to the barred door, the gate to the sewers, to freedom.
Gosh dang.
We're almost there, Barry. Hang on.
He hears a voice echo in the
Man, like, on one hand, if I was him, I probably would also take Barry with me. On the other hand, it must be slowing him down so much. Like, I've heard that... Well, no. Have you ever tried to carry somebody who just, like, was just limp? Or, like, they just, like, let their weight fall completely on you? It's rough, man.
distance.
Marco!
The gaunt giant appears at Sheila's side, a javelin in hand.
Find him.
Uh-oh.
Marco takes off with inhuman speed. Frank turns back as the sound of monstrous footfalls splash behind him.
Oh, gosh.
No!
He's chasing.
See the gate to the sewers, not more than 50 feet ahead.
I'm good.
But he's moving too slowly. He knows Marco will catch him. He needs to lighten his load.
I'm sorry, Barry.
Fighting tears, Frank drops
No.
Barry's corpse. It plops into the water and sinks beneath the stinking offal.
That's so sad, man. Even in death, Barry could not see sunlight.
Frank bolts for the gate. He slams into it and tears the key ring from his pocket. He fumbles with the padlock, trying the first key.
Oh, man.
Marco rounds
Quality.
the corner, spots Frank, and wails. The giant cuts through the water. He raises the
That was his wail? Sorry, it's just kind of funny.
javelin. Frank tries the second key, the third, the fourth.
I'm sorry, Barry. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, Lex. Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
The padlock clanks open. Frank rips the
Sorry,
chain and
man,
throws
I'm in a
open the gate.
hurry.
Whoosh! Something flies past his head. Blood spills into his left eye. The javelin Marco threw grazed his temple. A
Oh,
split
gosh.
second later, the Colossus plows into Frank like a battering ram. He flies through the air and splashes into the sewage. Marco shambles forward, arms
Ew, his wound is gonna get infected.
extended, ready to tear Frank to pieces. The tunnel shakes with Marco's approach. Boom, boom, boom. Then, by chance, or fate, or whatever force is protecting Frank Priceley, he feels a smooth wooden haft beneath the water.
Whatever.
Javelin. Frank grabs it and thrusts it.
Whatever force is protecting Frank Priceley. Interesting. Is there a force protecting him, or was it just luck? I guess we'll. I mean, who knows? It's hard to say.
Forward. The giant barrels into it, impaling himself on the end of the spear.
This is
Black
very
blood
Nightmare Time.
oozes from his chest. He grits his teeth and steps closer, ignoring the javelin, driving it further into himself.
Oh my
He wraps
gosh.
his hands around Frank's neck and starts to choke. Desperate, Frank pulls the javelin from Marco's body and jams it through the giant's eye, into his brain. The behemoth goes down,
Huzzah!
falling lifeless into the slug.
The giant is dead.
Frank coughs. He wipes blood from his glasses. He heads for the ladder to the manhole above, but stops when he hears the click of a cocking pistol.
Gosh.
Sheila Young steps
Dang
into
it.
the darkness.
Going somewhere?
Sheila, please.
Look what you did to Marco.
She kicks the butler's mammoth corpse.
Okay, so Marco's definitely some sort of like undead like creation just by that simple line.
Don't kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you, Frank. Now move.
Oh.
In a vast black room in
Your
the
theory-
west wing of the mansion,
Lauren, your theory was completely wrong. No.
Sheila secures Frank's restraints, lies bound to a marble altar.
My first husband, Sherman's father, was a great man. Great and powerful. He was the one who first gave me the gift. Who showed me the power of the Black Book.
Okay.
His life was cut short by those disgusting inbred hatchetmen.
Your first husband? As in, like, back when Hatchetfield was founded? Because the story that she's talking about was the founding family, the people who, like, founded Hatchetfield. They were the ones who's, like, had the cult of the Starry-Eyed Children. And they were the ones who were murdered by a crowd of a horde of maniac, like, wielding hatchetmen. Hatchetmen, by the way, which we now know are the people capturing people that have the gift and turning them into trees in the Witchwood Forest. Wild.
They may have founded Hatchetfield, but it's the Church of the Starry Children who made it what it is.
Oh, I guess I was just completely wrong. Well, no, not completely wrong. I thought the Starry-Eyed Children founded Hatchetfield. I guess they were just the richest people who, like, moved into it and, like, made it their, like, domain, essentially.
Talking about.
In one night, every member of the church was chopped to bits, and the book was lost.
Yes.
My husband had the foresight to have certain passages transcribed.
Sheila opens a granite box.
You know what?
and removes
You kind of wonder why does that happen more often? Why don't they just, like, copy what's written in in the Black Book or just any magic book and just so they can't be lost? Well, probably so that it doesn't get stolen. Is probably the answer to that. Oh. The Black Book, Lorem. The one that lets them connect with the Lords in Black.
a handful of thick, yellowed pages.
You know, people ask me all the time, Sheila, why do you look so young? What's your secret? Well, this is it.
Yes, exactly what I thought.
Like so many before you, I lured you to my home. Now, your remaining years will be mine. Add it to my life. Do you know when I married Sherman's father? 1920.
1920. And it's 2020. Man.
100 years ago. Time flies.
So she's like 120. No, Frank is tied down already.
That's impossible. It's just impossible.
Don't believe me? I'll show you.
Sheila lifts her hands into the air.
I'm ready
On
for
the
this ritual.
ceiling is a painted mural depicting a twisted horde of nightmare things. She reaches toward them, worshipping them, coveting
Nightmare things.
I invoke the names Pokotha, Blicklotep, Tanoi, Caraxus.
Frank feels the energy in the room shift.
Tanoi
The
Caraxus.
atoms in the air are being charged, corrupted.
Ooh.
The
We
mural
hear
on
the
ceiling begins to change.
sound of the Lords in Black.
Frank doesn't see it happen exactly. He perceives it with some unknown sense. 1,000 eyes open and roll in his direction. A creature with a goat's head screams with laughter. Sheila continues.
Nibble and Ephraim. Wigog Giraffe.
At the name, the room quakes. Shadowy tentacles slither to life on the mural above.
Oh.
What's happening?
And now,
The tune in the background is always there.
the world.
Sheila flips through her manuscript.
It always
This collection of esoteric spells. She finds the page she's looking for and freezes.
What the fuck?
Hmm?
Sherman! Get your little ass in here!
From the doorway, her son peeks inside.
Yes, Mother.
Wait, what happened?
What is this?
She holds up the pages. Scribbled on top of the text is a cartoonish drawing of smiling, fanciful critters.
Well, that's Rainbow Heart.
I've she evoked the names. I know, it was like so crazy. I mean, yeah, Sherman saved the day, but wow. I was wondering how were they gonna get out of this? In what possible way could they get out? Could Frank survive here? It's because fan art. Fan art is more important than eternal youth, Mother. So true.
That soggy tail.
Do you have any idea what you've done? I needed those words and you covered them with bad drawings of those fucking squirrels.
Don't yell at me.
You idiot! You stain on the family name. You've killed us all. You are never going to the toy store again. I'm going to burn every goddamn doll you have.
Now, calm down a little bit. This isn't actually the end of the world. I mean, it's 2020. Technology is advanced. Like even by 2020, like, you know, we're in 2024, but like 2020, there are ways to get the text from under like other like writings, you know. Archaeologists do it all the time, you know, to get it like information written under other stuff that have been like erased and written over, and then like you can get quite a few layers out of it. So CCRP is doing this thing. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. She's just overreacting, honestly.
It's not my fault you didn't memorize the words.
I was also wondering that.
It's a bunch of gibberish. No one can memorize those words.
I did.
Oh,
An evil grin comes to Sherman's lips.
you did.
What?
How could?
Then I drew all over the pages. There's only one place the spell
Oh.
is now. And
Oh my goodness! I thought that this was like a whole Sherman just being a dumb idiot. Sherman is an adult. As weird as he is, he's not like as weird and sheltered as he is.
that's right up here.
Sherman advances on his mother. She steps back, realizing she said too much, realizing the drawing was a trap, a test of her love, a test she failed.
Sherman. Dear.
Stain on the family name? I always suspected that's what you really thought of me, and now I know.
Calm down.
The Lords in Black just waiting in the room on the roof. Like, that's so true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, like they've already been called to the room. They're like here. They're just like watching. They're like, all right. I mean, they're probably enjoying the show, so it's fine.
Never gave me the gift because you had power over me. You let me get old. Well, I've outgrown you, Mother.
Sherman, don't.
You wouldn't give me the gift, so now I'm gonna take it.
Frank is also enjoying the show. Yeah, you're right.
Birthday to me.
Sherman, please. I'm your mother.
Sherman raises his hands into the air and chants.
Hum-de-da-da-de, hum-lia.
Sherman, no.
Kaleka-karakanya, nibbayana.
The nightmare creatures in the mural roar with delight. The room trembles.
Okay, I can see why it'd be a little hard to remember those words. All the chaos going on during this before the festival happened because the Lord and Lights were bored of getting bored of waiting. Wait. So all the chaos going on during this before the festival happened because Lords of Black getting put wedding. I could see that headcanon. I'll accept that into my headcanon as well.
Electricity flies through the air.
A bit of a stroke.
Sheila howls in pain as her flesh writhes and tears. Her hair turns white. Her eyes and tongue rot in their skull.
Oh my gosh.
Her stomach splits and her guts shoot out. They are decomposing, crawling with maggots. A bolt of lightning strikes the living, screaming corpse, and Sheila Young explodes
There's Frank. He's like, oh my gosh.
into a cloud of dust.
Holy shit!
The Sheila dust swirls around Sherman. He sucks it in, gulps it down, then a burst of light and silence.
We're finally gonna see young Sherman.
Frank opens his eyes.
Oh, also, Frank has, well, Sherman probably knows that Frank lied to him. I was somebody like, oh wait, maybe Sherman still is like fine with Frank because, you know, Frank is like, I loved you, and then they did all that stuff. Maybe not, though, because he probably knows
A mist
that Frank
hangs
lied.
in the air. A voice rings out. Small, high-pitched, young.
They say growing old is mandatory. Well, wait till they get a load of me.
Emerging from the ethereal smoke is a child, no older than 7. He has a mop of curly hair, rosy, freckled cheeks. Only his eyes tell his age. Frank knows those eyes.
He's a bit of a weirdo even as a child.
Sherman?
Hi there, Daddy.
Oh, well, he called him Daddy, so actually, maybe he kind of is fine with him a little bit. I don't know. But to be fair, yeah, weird child... a weird child is a lot more acceptable than a weird adult. People can accept them as just being a kid, you know?
You're a boy. You're a little boy.
Huzzah! I'm a kid again.
Yay for you.
Get old. I'll just absorb someone else. I know the words. Remember that, Frank?
He climbs onto the altar
Yeah.
and takes a seat beside Frank.
He does know the
He
words.
kicks his feet playfully.
I'm gonna make a deal with you, Frank. I'm gonna give you all the money you want. Toy Zone stays open every day. And in return, you're gonna take care of me. Or pick the crunchy pieces out of my cereal. Give me everything my little spoiled heart desires. That's right, Frank. You're gonna be my daddy.
Uh-oh. I mean, well, I was gonna say, you know, eventually Frank is gonna die of old age, so it's not forever. Unless, can the ritual be conducted for somebody else? In which case, maybe it will be forever. Whew, what an episode. Before we move on into Killer Track, man, remember the daddy count being higher? I mean, 15 is kind of high already. That's 15 daddies in an hour, which, you know, there's a rate of something for that. I'm pretty sure we didn't miss any. But holy cow, Frank, poor guy, you know, he just tried his best to be he just wanted to own a toy store. I mean, at least that's gonna continue, you know, he's gonna keep running his toy zone, even if it is mainly for his son, quote. Next episode's one of your favorites. I feel like you say that a lot, Joseph. Like like on a lot of the parts that we go through. I don't know. I think so. I think I've heard you say that a couple times now. But to be fair, a lot of them are good. A lot. They're all very good. So I can understand that. All right. Let's just jump right into Killer Track.
Guitar growls in overdrive.
Ooh.
Amps wail with feedback. Electricity hums through the speakers of a grungy music venue in downtown Hatchetfield.
Next up at the Slaughtered Pig, Needy Beast.
The Slaughtered Pig. What a bar name.
The band.
But this legitimately is a fan favorite up there with Time Bastard. Of course, taste differs, so don't worry about liking or not. But yeah, okay, cool.
Its frontman screams into the microphone.
Hatchetfield, are you ready?
A crowd of pierced and
I don't like that
tattooed
background music.
metalheads thunder back.
I mean, I like it, but the fact that it appeared is like every time I hear it, that dun, 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 it puts me instantly on edge. I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Well, fuck you!
Strobe lights flash, and Needy Beast plays
Huh.
their set.
Okay, that's fine.
After the show, the band flops onto.
Oh wait, that was like a like a rock version of the Hatchetfield intro.
Green room's dirty old sofas. Thrash's girlfriend, Courtney, holds his arm.
Your set rocked.
It was shit. Come here.
He grabs her, and they suck each other's faces. In the doorway, a lanky figure takes
That definitely seems like sucking face rather than kissing.
a drag from a cigarette.
I'm afraid I have to agree with you.
He blows a stream of smoke in the band's direction.
Hey, dude, there's like no smoking back here.
Wait a minute. Agree with what?
You're sad. It was shit.
What? Fucking what?
Kick his ass, Thrash.
Thrash pries himself from the couch, getting right in the stranger's face.
Hey, what's the big deal? You said it yourself.
There's a difference, dude. We don't know you, and you're back here saying all this shit, saying we're shit. You don't know me.
To be fair, that is genuinely a very big difference. If like you can insult your sibling, but if somebody else does it, that's not. I'm fine with that. I love Thrash, but like in a cat who fell face first into a bowl of milkway. Interesting.
I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, you're gonna kill me?
Yeah.
Then do it. Just do it.
I will. I don't care.
Then do it. Don't say shit you don't mean. You think I'm afraid to die? Do ya? I said your set was shit. Now do it.
After all his talk, Thrash backs down. He crumples onto the couch.
Man, I mean, I feel like most people who say I'm gonna kill you don't mean it, so that was a pretty good counter.
Shit, man.
And that was pretty intense.
What's wrong with you? Come on, guys. Let's go to Denny's.
Hey, Denny's!
He heads for the door, and the rest of Needy Beast follows, save the lead guitarist, Rose. She stands in the corner, eyeing the stranger, intrigued. Scud, the drummer, calls to her.
Rose, you coming?
She considers it and gives her band the finger.
Fine. Fuck you then. You're not getting any fries.
They stumble out.
Man, it only took one mysterious stranger for her to be like, all right, let's try something else.
Leaving Rose with the
Fair enough, I guess.
lanky stranger, Kale. His skinny jeans are ripped to shreds. His hair's a mess. He looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. Just Rose's touch.
Hey.
Hey. What's your name?
Why do you care?
I don't.
Oh my gosh.
Rose. Short for Rosary.
Already they're talking to each other, and I'm like, oh my gosh. They're both trying to be cool, and it's like, pfft, why do you care? It's like, I don't. Ah, my goodness. It's like, it's not making me cringe yet. They're having a try hard off. It feels like it. I'm not cringing yet, but I get a feeling I will be.
So, Rosary, you want to hear some real hardcore shit?
Later that
I
night,
guess.
Rose sits in the passenger seat of Kale's van. He's plugging a cord into his phone, hooking it up to the car.
They're too emo here.
Speakers. He pulls up an audio file.
It's called The Killer Track.
Are they emo? I don't. I guess kind of, yeah. Oh, the killer track is. It's an actual song.
Yeah, isn't that off the False Lashes new EP?
The False Lashes. Are you serious? No, nobody knows who wrote it. No one knows where it came from. All anybody knows is that you listen to it and a week later, you die.
Okay. Not really emo, just 2010 Tumblr edgy. Yeah, I'm like, I don't really think this is emo, but I say that lovingly. Okay, yeah. That's definitely the vibe I'm getting as well.
Well, that explains why no one knows who wrote it. Seems like a shitty way to grow your fan base.
This is a fucking
True.
to you. This song has killed before and it'll kill again. They say it gets in your head, haunts you, breaks you, and then it takes you.
I mean, she was right. That is a pretty bad way to grow your fan base. It's like the killer stream. Anyone who watches it dies. And then you guys wouldn't be here. You'd be dead.
For real?
That's what it said on Reddit.
And Reddit would never lie.
What a stupid gimmick to get people to listen to your crappy single.
Hey! Look, if you're scared, get out of the car. Go listen to some weak-ass shit like the False Lashes.
I'm not scared.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Prove it.
He holds up his phone, readies his thumb.
Honestly, the vibes that I'm getting just from them being like, oh yeah? You're not scared? Then listen to it. Is like that cursed... What's it called? The cursed poem, like Japanese poem, where apparently if you read it or like hear it being read out, you will die. Tamino's Hell, I think? I think that's what it's called. It's often accompanied by like a really creepy painting, like image, but it's completely unrelated. It's made by a different like painter. You scared you as a preteen? Yeah, it's... I'll be honest though, I'm kind of superstitious, so like that kind of stuff does disturb me. But I heard Tamino's Hell like yesterday, so guess we're ready for another curse that will kill you. A curse thing is that if you listen to it, it'll kill you. What's new?
Rose lets go of the car door handle. She leans back, and Kale presses play on the killer track. A week later, an old station wagon pulls into the driveway of a cookie-cutter suburban home. Ding dong, the bell rings, and Rose's father, Russ, opens the door.
Hiya, Duke. Thanks for coming.
Social worker Douglas Keene, aka Duke, steps inside.
Of course. How's she doing?
I don't know, Duke. I don't know what to think anymore.
I ignored so many of Teresa Fidalgo messages on Facebook, and I guarantee you, you are safe. Yeah. Teresa Hidalgo, for people that don't know, is like one of those, I think, like or repost or whatever kind of things, or you'll like die or something will happen to you. There's like all kinds of them. Just that name like rings a bell. I don't know the exact details, but there's just tons of them.
I know.
Rose's mother, Beth, chimes in.
It's those friends of hers. They're on drugs, and they made her take the drugs too.
Duke does his best to tune out Beth and Russ as they lead
By the way, Duke, we see him again. We haven't seen him since Hannah.
him down the hall to Rose's room.
$12,000, Duke. That's how much damage she did, all because she was rolling or popping or tripping or...
It's not drugs, Beth.
Well, I don't know. I've never done drugs in my life, Duke.
Fair enough.
On the walls, Duke can see the years of family portraits. As Rose gets older, her makeup gets darker, and her hair changes from blue to green to orange. In her high school graduation photo, she wears a spiky collar and Doc Martens.
Alright.
Her family is falling apart, Duke. You never should have bought her that goddamn guitar.
Well, you took her to get pierced.
Oh my gosh. Guys, it's neither of your fault, probably. She's just in that phase. That may not be a phase. Maybe this is just how she likes to be.
Is she in here?
But
Duke
maybe it's just a
knocks on the
phase.
door. Inside, the blinds are closed. Rose sits curled on her bed, holding a pillow over her ears. Amidst piles of dirty clothes,
What's
the
that in the
stereo lays broken
What's that in the background?
on the floor. Duke closes the door on Russ and Beth, who continue to argue.
Wow. They're a pain in the ass.
He looks at the band posters covering the walls. He points to one he recognizes.
Hey, the False Lashes. I'm a classic rock guy myself. Hey, Rose, I'm Duke.
I think she's having a slightly more serious issue than what Duke can help with right now.
I work with families. Help where I can.
It faded away, but the moment they opened the door, there was like a guitar sound in the background that just faded.
I heard about your incident at Guitar Zone. Smashed a few speakers, a drum set, a couple guitars. Just because Pete Townsend did it doesn't mean we all can.
I guess it's because she's trying to like muffle whatever source of the sound is of like this music.
Your parents tell me that you've been isolating yourself. You're not sleeping, eating. You want to talk about what's going on?
No.
I hear something.
Well, you mind if I just hang out for a while then?
Am I crazy? I feel
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you.
I feel like I'm hearing static.
You'd scream me for drugs or throw me in a padded cell, and that's not how I want to spend my last night on Earth. And I don't need help or a hotline or anything. Because nothing can stop it.
Stop what?
The song. The killer track. Everything he said would happen, happened. I started hearing it everywhere, on the radio, the TV, from the goddamn speakers at Guitar Zone. I just wanted to make it stop.
Okay, so that's why she's breaking the stereo here as well. Is she gonna die and then we're gonna meet like our actual protagonist, or is she somehow gonna survive this? Or is helping her gonna be this whole... I don't know, I'm like theorizing already.
But it won't. And it's been a week, and so at 11:30 tonight, I'm worm food. So there. The song's gonna kill me. Think I'm high?
No.
Just crazy then. See, I knew you wouldn't believe me, so if you wouldn't mind, Duke, fuck off!
Killer song. That is unbelievable. But I've been doing some digging.
I love the question. Can't answer.
Look at this.
Fair enough.
From his bag,
I mean, I ask questions, but I don't actually want spoilers for it, you know?
Duke
I'm just airing my thoughts out.
retrieves a folder. He opens it and spreads the contents on the desk by Rose's bed. Newspaper clippings, police reports, hospital records.
5 young adults, aged 18 to 24, all in perfectly good health.
Okay.
They died 16 days ago, at the exact same time. They were in different places, doing different things, when their hearts just stopped.
Okay, so this is not the first case of this kind of thing happening. Or, well, at least it's this other event is suspicious enough that this is worth considering.
A week prior, they had all attended a party where they claimed to have heard a song. A song that haunted them. And that's just one case. There are over 30 deaths here.
Holy cow.
And that's what I can find.
It's a lot of deaths.
Is it unbelievable? Yes. But this is Hatchetfield. Rose, sometimes unbelievable things happen here.
I'm so glad they can acknowledge it in universe. It's like, it's Hatchetfield. Weird things happen.
I call up a friend of mine. She's
Yay, we're gonna get more Miss Holloway.
Specialist. And if you come with me, I believe she can help you.
Night falls. Duke's station wagon pulls into the parking lot of Miss Retro's Throwback Diner.
Night falls? Maybe you should have been a little faster. Well, I don't know the time or, like, the distance, but kind of on a time limit, 11:30.
Sign blazes hot pink. The place is packed with 80s memorabilia. Pop tunes ooze from a jukebox in the corner. The bell dings as the owner slides a plate of fries out from the kitchen.
Damn, those fries look good.
Order up.
Miss Holloway spots Duke and Rose as they walk in. She smiles.
Hiya, Duke.
Hey, darling.
She pushes through the swinging saloon door to the back, wiping her hands on the apron of her electric blue uniform.
Let me guess. You're Rose.
Okay.
Love the makeup. Real spooky. I just got a close up. You want some pie?
Rose watches this chipper woman pull 2 pieces of pie from a rotating display.
I bet. Oh my goodness.
Her hair is huge. Her earrings dangle.
It's fun that Mrs. Holloway has decided to stick so hard with the 80s style. I don't know why she did, but it's fun.
Great.
His smile when he looks at Miss Holloway. It's true.
My life is in the hands of Bart.
Later, Miss Holloway locks the door.
Duke's like, and?
She walks around the empty restaurant, lighting an array of ancient-looking candles.
So, Duke tells me you're a musician. I used to play music too. A long time ago.
What's with the candles?
I've got a plan. For it to work, we're gonna need the darkness and the flame and the smoke. Just think of it as aromatherapy.
Is she like doubting magic when she has a curse that's gonna kill her? Like, serious?
Aromatherapy? You're right. That's all I needed. Why don't we just diffuse some essential oils? Like, you call yourself a specialist? I could get this shit at Bath and Body Works.
No, not this shit.
I knew this was a waste of time.
What? Okay, I understand. She's like on her way to dying. I get it, but also, what do you have to lose to like accept this?
Rose, you're gonna have to trust Miss Holloway.
I don't have to do anything. I'm out of here.
Rose. Alas, I need your pie.
Ah, yes.
Make me.
All right.
Suddenly, Rose loses control of her limbs. Miss Holloway raises a brow, and Rose's legs march back to the booth.
Oh my. Her wow, her hypnotism is slightly stronger than I expected, than I thought it was. Cool. So you can just directly control you, huh?
She sits, arms lift on their own accord. They reach for the fork and knife placed in front of her.
So either she can, like, convince you to do something with magic, or she could just make you do something. Although she probably doesn't like doing that because it's pretty obvious that it's happening. It's not very subtle at all. And other people will probably notice it as well. So generally, it's probably less useful. Like, on average.
Miss Holloway nods, and Rose shovels a fork full of pie into her mouth. She swallows. Miss Holloway smiles.
Huh.
And releases her.
I mean, that's horrifying. I understand they got to prove a point, and and if she believes, it's a lot easier for this to work. Holy cow, that's terrifying.
How did you... Listen, Rosary. I know you're the most hardcore, wounded soul that's ever shredded axe.
Barb's got a flex.
If you want to walk out of here alive, I'm gonna need some cooperation. Okay?
You just...
Yeah.
You're like a witch.
Really? I thought I was Barbie.
The candles burn. A sweet mist fills the diner.
She couldn't apologize. So instead, she's just like, and lets things continue on.
Miss Holloway lays a series of artifacts on the table. A strange carving, a gold puzzle box, a glass with a spider web in it.
I don't like these objects. I immediately dislike these objects. Wait. A strange carving, a gold puzzle box. That's Pocotho. Wait, no, not Pocotho. The gold puzzle box is the goat one.
Strange carving, a gold puzzle box, a glass with a spider web inside.
A glass with a spider web inside. Is that Webby? I mean, I imagine it's Webby.
Rose watches, enamored.
I got super into Wicca my sophomore year. Tarot cards and shit. I have a crystal collection. Well, I sold it. Do you have crystals?
No.
To be fair, if she's actually somebody who's interested in Wicca, meeting an actual witch must be so crazy. Like, one who, like, has shown clear and obvious use of magic. I mean, to be fair, I would also go crazy. I'd be like, oh my gosh. Magic! Like, actual magic. That's crazy. Can I learn that?
Thrash said he sold his soul to Satan so our band could get rich and famous. Like the Stones did. Did you do that?
Do what?
Sell your soul to Satan.
No.
Thunk. Miss Holloway drops a book on the table.
Oh boy.
A black book. Its pages are thick and aged. Rose's eyes light up as Miss Holloway opens the abominable tome.
She hasn't sold her soul to Satan, and she hasn't sold her soul to the Lords in Black either, which I guess would be the equivalent. She just has a connection to the black and white.
Is that your spell book?
She reaches for it. Miss Holloway slaps her hand.
Do not touch the black
Rose
book, man.
watches the pages flip by. She sees depictions of rituals.
The book is thick.
tangled
Wait.
diagrams, a family tree.
Man, they have this must be so cool. They have like an entire, do you think it's all filled with pages of like essentially unreadable text and like drawings? Because that'd be so cool. Can you buy this? Probably not. But imagine. It'd be like the Gravity Falls like tomes that you can like buy. You can like buy physical versions of them. Although the fan-made ones are cooler.
Tree of Eldritch Horrors. Miss Holloway finally settles on a page displaying the spell she needs.
Thanoi Caraxes, that's the one I was saying.
Beside it is the picture of an
The
awful
Tinkerer?
monster with horns and
The
hooves
Tinkerer.
and a head like a goat.
Now that's an album cover. It's fucking metal.
You don't want Tanoy Caraxes on your album. You don't want him anywhere near you. He's a bastard. But he has power.
A time bastard.
We need a cipher.
They commissioned an artist for this prop. I don't think it's purchasable. Ah, that's fair. But I can see that the commissioned artist, because it's so good. It's so I love it already.
Some of it, bend reality a little. Bend it, not break it, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah. Rose and Miss Holloway sit across from each other as Duke stands nearby. Miss Holloway taps the table, rhythmically, hypnotically.
Rose, close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, I want you to think back to when you first heard the song, The Killer Track.
Although I do wonder, the killer track is definitely some Lord in Black stuff, right? Like, it's definitely related to another one of the Lords in Black, probably, I imagine. But also that music. Wait, I just realized.
Where were you?
Give me a moment.
I want you to think back to when you first heard the song, The Killer Track.
That's also that's the beat that the final song of Black Friday was at. Huh. Interesting. I think this is music. I'm like connecting music stuff to like specific motifs. So this feels like generally either magic stuff or black and white stuff, which isn't directly related to the Lords in Black.
Where were you?
In that guy's van. Parking lot of the slaughtered pig.
The van. I want you to reconstruct it in your mind's eye. What did it look like? What did it smell like? The clock on the dashboard. What did it say?
11:38.
Good.
Okay. I'm wondering, are they gonna like, because Caraxes, since they're using Tanoy Caraxes, and we know that he has some like time manipulation stuff, are they gonna literally go back in time?
Now take my hand.
As she does, Rose no longer sits in the booth at Miss Retro's. She's back, in the passenger seat. Kale beside
Although maybe unlike with Ted, it's only like mentally going back in time.
her, illuminated by the dashboard light. It's a week in the past, but she can hear Miss Holloway's voice echoing from the present.
Are you still in the car, Rose?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna push you out.
Whoa, screen.
Rose isn't in the van. She's not even in her own body.
Whoa.
She's nowhere. Instead, Miss Holloway sits beside Kale, but not her body. Her consciousness is inside Rose, seeing for her, hearing for her.
I'm like so good. I'm so Is this actual time travel? What's happening here?
Kale hasn't noticed the change. He continues.
Hey, you're scared? Get out of the car. Go listen to some weak-ass shit like the False Lashes.
In Rose's body, Miss Holloway crinkles her nose.
Ugh, what's that smell? Oh God, is that you?
What are you talking about? Smell. Hey, come on, don't give me shit after I took your ass to the bell.
By her seat, Miss Holloway finds a bag of half-eaten taco.
FYI, you might want to lower your volume a bit for this next part. I don't know when you'll see this. Oh boy. Actually, I'm gonna pause for a moment. I have to go to the bathroom. I haven't wanted to go because it's like I'm so enraptured. I want to keep watching, but I actually have to like go for a moment. All headphone warning. That's wording, but I'll be right back. I don't have any I'll be right back music right now, but do 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 do. We'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that slight interruption. We're back. Do 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 do. And let's continue.
She lifts it and shakes her head.
We didn't hook up, did we?
No. You wanna?
She drops the bag and wipes her hand on Rose's shirt.
Look, I can't change things too much here. Can you just play the song so I can leave?
Fine. I'm not gonna give two shits when you die.
Kale's phone lights up. He readies his thumb and hits play on the killer track.
Is that what you guys were warning me about? Thankfully, it wasn't that loud for me. It's kind of funny that I paused right before we went into a song. Good thing that I didn't pause in the middle of it. Alright. Visuals are pretty cool, although I'll be honest, this kind of music has never really, I've never been too into it. People are doing in case you turned it up all the way. Nah, I have my volume pretty low. Okay. It is a little goofy, honestly. But, yeah, it's alright. This, like, visual of, like, his face, like the delay on his face as he moves it, that's pretty cool. I'll give you that. But. It's just that kind of. Oh. it's just that kind of edgy that is funny. I don't know.
As the song
To me, at least.
Rose is ripped back from nowhere, back into the present, back into her body. Her eyes burst open. Again, she sits at the booth across.
Back from nowhere.
Breathe, Rose. Just breathe.
What's happening?
You're in Miss Retro's, remember? Duke brought you here.
Rose looks around. She sees the candles burning, Duke nearby. Slowly, the situation returns to her.
It's over.
Right.
It's over the top. It looks back to being silly, which you love. Yeah, I get that.
Because I was hearing this song.
She stops, thinks. She tries to recall what the killer track even sounded like. She can't.
This song. Why can't I remember it?
Okay, so it seems that the time travel. I'm kind of like stuck on the time travel. The way it works seems to be you can't actually change really a lot of actions that you do. It seems limited because if she could change the actions, just step out of the car, you know, unlock it, open it up, leave. Although he did unlock it at the end. I don't know.
Because you never heard it.
If I never heard it, then why have I been freaking out for a week? Why did I break all that stuff at Guitar Zone? Why am I here?
Rose, stop. It's just a teeny tiny paradox. They happen all the time.
just a tiny. It happened. That is the least. That's the most worrying thing I've ever heard. It's just a tiny paradox, not even an issue. We know what happened with the last paradox. Ted, well, it wasn't a paradox. It was more of a self-fulfilling time travel, whatever. Point is, not great.
The more you think about it, the less sense it's gonna make. You want another piece of pie? Okay.
So if we just ignore the paradox, it goes away? Sure, fine. Our brains aren't braining with this one.
Holloway heads to grab a plate from the kitchen. Rose sits up, calling after her.
So, that's it then? If I never heard the song, it's not hunting me. I'm safe?
Oh,
Yes,
maybe.
you're safe.
You did it. You broke the curse.
No, not at all. I took the curse.
Yeah, that's what I figured, because Miss Holloway went into her body, so into Rose's body, which means Rose never heard it, but Miss Holloway did a week ago.
What?
Miss Holloway slides the pie in front of Rose. She closes the black book and starts blowing out candles.
I messed with time a little bit. I put myself into your body when the song was played, which means I heard it. Not you. Cool, right?
I mean,
Duke rises, a look of concern washing over him.
Wait, if you heard the killer track, then that would mean...
Yes, Duke. At 11:38, it's coming to kill me.
uh-oh. No, Miss Holloway. Watching Duke smile fade instantly is fun. For a certain definition of fun, more like heart-wrenching.
Later, Rose helps Miss Holloway carry an old TV into the back office for safekeeping.
What are you gonna do about this?
Song attacks. I'm gonna hear it coming from anything with a speaker, right?
Yeah, and it's gonna be loud. Like front row at Slayer loud. Like ear-splittingly
loud. I get it.
Yeah.
You don't. You do anything to make it stop. Break anything. Instruments, electronics, your phone. You're gonna want to lock that up too. Smash mine.
Right. I totally forgot about my phone.
That's a pretty bad one.
Holloway pulls a corded telephone off the wall and hands it to Rose.
Jesus, lady. I thought my 7+ was old.
As Rose passed away, the
Dang. Actually, a 7+ in, like, 2020, that is pretty old. But, man, Miss Holloway's really committed to the 80s aesthetic. Is she also from the past, somehow? I don't know.
TV and the telephone, Miss Holloway unplugs a vintage arcade cabinet and jams a dolly under it. She's about to wheel it into the office when Duke waves her down.
Miss Holloway, can we have a chat?
Sure.
Uh,
I just want to make sure everything's safely locked away. After Rose's incident at Guitar Zone, I don't want to lose control and cause $12,000 of damage to this place.
that would be pretty horrible. But also, oh man.
You didn't tell me the whole plan. That you were gonna take the curse onto yourself?
Because if I did, you wouldn't have brought her here, would you?
This song, whatever it is, it has killed over 30 people. That we know of.
Exactly. That's why I have to stop it.
Stop it. We don't know what it is.
I will know when it comes for me.
I mean, assuming that it's a single roving curse, right? It's not like a thing that gets spawned from the song itself, you know, when it's played. But I don't know. I'm not a witch. I don't know anything about magic. Maybe she knows. She has the critical knowledge that I lack.
When it comes for you, what if you can't stop it? What if it's I don't know, a ghost or something?
If it's a ghost, I'll trap it in this jar. That's easy. I'm not worried about that.
One of those monsters from your book.
Duke, I'm not gonna lie to you. There are things out there that are above my pay grade. But if something happens to me, I want you to read this.
From her apron, she hands him a sealed envelope with a note inside.
Okay. So if it is like a Lord in Black or really anything above her pay grade, which I don't know. Apparently ghosts aren't above her pay grade, so that at least we know those exist, by the way. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Don't read it now. Only if something happens.
Something like what?
You'll know.
That's
Now, if you really want to help me, you'll take those blankets and wrap up the jukebox.
She's a master at saying things that do not reassure you in the slightest. My goodness.
It was expensive, and if I break it, I'll be very upset.
After they've locked everything away, Duke, Rose, and Miss Holloway sit, waiting for the killer track to make its move. The hot pink glow from the neon sign outside streams through the darkened diner. Pitter-pat, pitter-pat.
I wonder, did they miss something? Or is it gonna, like, come from farther away to reach her?
Raindrops gently beat the windows. Duke's knee bounces nervously. He checks his watch. 11:35.
Oh, boy.
Anything yet?
The waiting must be the most stressful part.
No, not yet.
Okay, well, we got 3 minutes, so.
I know.
So how's this gonna work? Is the song gonna come right on the dot? Before? After? You know, what's the ETA?
Duke, clearly none of us know. All the people who do know are dead.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but also... oh, man, I don't know. All of them are stressed. Duke is extra stressed because he didn't expect any of this, but I get it. But oh my goodness, I'd be so stressed.
Well,
I'd be like Duke here.
Oh, this thing's sadistic. When it comes, it won't be what you expect.
They sit.
What do you mean by that?
Silence.
I just expect the song.
Duke checks his watch again. He looks around.
Well, we locked up anything, you know, that can make music. At least, you know.
Please stop checking your watch. It's gonna feel so much worse.
Don't have to worry about smashing something that you care about.
As Duke speaks, his voice is replaced by the hellishly loud opening riff of the killer track. Miss Holloway drops to her knees as the song blares. She grabs her ears, desperately trying to block out the noise. Duke rushes to her side.
Miss Holloway!
But while the killer track thunders and
Holy cow, I didn't even think about that. Of course your vocal cords work. They make sounds. You know, when you open your mouth and you blah, blah, blah. Of course it would. Oh, my God.
thumps in Miss Holloway's head. Duke and Rose can't hear it at all.
I don't hear anything. What do we do? What do we do?
Why are you asking me?
Miss Holloway flails.
I don't know.
The song slamming her eardrums, pounding them, destroying them. It's agonizing, maddening. She looks up at Duke through tears and bloodshot eyes. She realizes where the sound is coming from. They locked up and muffled everything electronic with a speaker, but they didn't get rid of everything that can make music. The killer track echoes from Duke and Rose, from their voice boxes. Miss Holloway waves her arms.
Get away! Get away from me!
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
Shut up!
Smack! Miss Holloway hits Duke. He slams into the booth filled with artifacts. They scatter. She looks back as she yanks a stool.
Oh, God. Wow, I guess the sound really is that bad, huh? They're immediately... She's, like, very quickly resorted to, I'm going to kill you because this is so horribly loud.
From under the bar.
Miss Holloway? What are you doing, darling?
Pained and crazed, she drags the metal seat across the floor, toward Duke. Rose's eyes go wide when she realizes...
Oh my god, it's us! She hears the song coming from us!
Miss Holloway lifts...
The shift between hearing the music and just utter silence in the background is kind of cool. It makes me think of a thing that I thought about in the guy who didn't like musicals. I don't know where it was stated. I think it was like outside of it. It was mentioned that all the instruments cannot be heard by the uninfected. The uninfected only hear the people singing, like, just them on their own. It kind of feels like this is what the guy who didn't like musical would be like from the perspective of somebody who isn't infected. Which I guess means the audience is infected.
Stool above her head. With tears in her eyes, she takes aim at Duke's throat, the source of her torment. The need for reprieve grows too strong to fight.
I'm sorry. I have to make it.
Miss Holloway prepares to strike. Duke's eyes dart to Rose.
I didn't know that makes sense. I don't even remember where I got that fact. I might be wrong.
She wouldn't.
You don't get it, dude. She absolutely would.
Duke winces.
It's so bad.
Himself. Miss Holloway struggles. With every ounce of her willpower, Miss Holloway flings the heavy metal stool away from Duke.
That's rough.
Smash! It crashes into the jukebox, busting through the padding. It explodes in a spray of electric
No, the
sparks.
jukebox!
The killer track booms in Miss Holloway's mind. Her head's about to split. She plugs her ears, squeezes her eyes shut. Then the song goes in for the kill. It fills Miss Holloway, takes hold of her heart. She can see it, touch it.
Oh?
The noise stops. A moment of clarity.
It does... Oh, I understand.
Then, Miss Holloway's eyes go blank. She falls to the floor.
No!
Dead.
Wait, what did she understand?
Rose breathes heavily. Duke crawls to his feet. He runs to her, holds her,
Miss Holloway?
feels her go cold.
Miss Holloway?
Oh my god. I didn't think it would end this way. No, Miss Holloway!
The next hour is a blur. The ambulance comes. The ambulance goes. Miss Holloway's body goes with it.
Oh my god.
Clouds clear, and the moon hangs high in the summer night. The old station wagon parks outside Rose's house. Duke and Rose sit inside.
Rest in peace. I hope she goes to retro heaven. Thank you for your kind words, Tom.
Silence for a moment. Well,
Yeah.
Tell your parents I said hi.
Rose reaches for the door handle, then stops herself. She breathes, searching for the words.
I mean, what can you really say there? Because, like, on one hand, you know that this person died for you. Like, what? And on the other hand, you know this other person really cared about the person who died for. What could you even say? That I wish they didn't sacrifice themselves for me? Well, now you're spitting on their actions, their sacrifice. It's... I don't think there's anything that can be said, really, in this situation. Chat is loading, Lauren. What are you saying?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it is. It's rough.
This is my fault. I'm the one who followed that guy into his gross van. I listened to that stupid song. I should be dead. Not her.
Ah.
Rose, don't even think that.
I'm like cry. I'm like tearing up.
You didn't know Miss Holloway like I did. You dying tonight was never an option for her. This is what she lived for.
Oh, sorry.
To help people.
And I guess that's what she died for.
Yeah.
To help people.
And to hoard shit from the 80s.
She had a thing for the decade.
Yeah, she did.
You were in love with her,
Of course he was.
weren't you?
No, who wasn't?
Oh.
Duke gets home after dropping Rose off. He tosses his keys.
Alright, I guess we're gonna find out what was in that letter. And it'll hopefully help us actually, you know, deal with that cursed. We are crying. We are indeed crying, Laura.
By the door. He wanders to the fridge, pours some milk for the cat. He falls into an armchair in the study, leans back, exhales. The feelings come in
Who wasn't?
waves.
Ouch.
Sadness, anger, denial. He pulls off his jacket, and something falls from the breast pocket.
Oh.
The sealed envelope Miss Holloway gave him.
I guess he forgot.
Turns it over in his...
To be fair, it'd be very easy to forget considering the circumstances. So we have seen her. We've seen her like 3 episodes already.
Hands. He opens it and takes out the note. It reads,
Well, guess I'm dead.
Oh.
Okay. Relax. Have some pie. And wait about 2 hours. Whatever you do, don't call an ambulance. And do not, under any circumstance, send me to the morgue.
Duke cocks his head.
Uh-oh. I probably should have read that before calling the ambulance.
20 minutes later, 2 nurses walk out of the morgue in St. Damien's Hospital. They shake their heads and make for the elevator.
What a shame. Damn shame.
I loved Miss Retros. I went in there every Sunday.
I was in love with her.
Yeah, you and everybody.
Man, he was right. I guess a lot of people were in love with him. Indeed.
They step onto the elevator, and the door is closed behind them. When they're gone, Duke emerges from his hiding spot in a darkened hallway. He checks to make sure no one's around, and slips into the morgue.
I mean, I guess if she could do time travel, reviving herself, it's not that crazy. And we already know a lot of people who extend their lifespans. Well, we know a couple people who extend their lifespans. Still.
Miss Holloway's body lies on a metal slab beneath a white sheet. Duke swallows, reaches for the covering, and folds it down. Miss Holloway is still and pale and lifeless. Duke starts questioning himself.
What am I doing here?
What are you doing here, man?
Out of my mind.
No, don't lag.
It's about to pull the sheet back over Miss Holloway's face when her eyes burst open. Miss Holloway pulls up, gasping for air. Duke falls backwards. Clang. He knocks over a tray of operating tools. Color returns to Miss Holloway's cheeks, and her blood starts pumping. She catches her breath and looks around.
Duke, what did my note say?
To be fair, under the circumstances, he didn't read it. Probably should have. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is Miss Holloway's fault a little bit.
You died.
Yeah, and now the whole town knows that. This is great, just great. Could my instructions have been any clearer?
Yes, actually.
Miss Holloway hops off the table. She grabs a lab coat and pulls it on. How? Duke stares in disbelief.
I really hope she tells us how, because I'm so curious as well. But again, yes, the instructions could have been clearer. Just tell him. Don't have to explain why.
Holloway plucks a hair from her head. She lays it onto the metal slab and rubs her hands together. She holds them over the white sheet and closes her eyes. Neon lights flash as the hair inflates beneath the cover.
Oh.
Soon, an identical copy of Miss Holloway's body lies on the table.
Man, she has a good number of abilities.
There. That should last long enough for them to bury it. Let's get out of here.
Duke's eyes lock on the lifeless decoy.
Yeah.
The real Miss Holloway
I guess.
grabs his arm and pulls him from.
Let's go. Holy cow.
Throwback diner. The place is in shambles. In the pre-dawn light, Miss Holloway looks down at the pieces of her.
How did she? She's a witch. That's how, Lorem. Keep up.
Jukebox.
Look what it made me do. It just had to be the jukebox.
The poor jukebox.
She starts for the kitchen, turning back to Duke.
I'm gonna make some eggs. You want anything?
A pie.
Yes. I do want something.
Okay. Hotcakes?
No, not hotcakes. I want the truth. I want to know what the hell happened tonight. I saw you die. I saw EMTs
Fair enough.
cart you off in a body bag, and now here you are.
Duke, you've seen me do magic before.
I've seen you hypnotize people before. I've seen you help kids with nightmares. This is different.
All right.
Very different. This is literally like you died and then created a decoy of yourself, and this is a step up of the magic we knew you could do. Like actually not even a step. This is like a whole leap up above. The truth with 2 Coca-Colas and 3 Big Macs. Exactly.
All the other stuff could have had a rational explanation, but now you've seen something that's truly undeniable.
Hell yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Took me a while to get used to it, too.
There's no getting used to this. Now, Miss Holloway, I have followed you into some zany scenarios. I've kept an open mind, and now I want answers.
You can't handle the truth. We'll see about that. I hope you can.
Know that.
Absolutely.
I want to know who you are. Really. I want to know where you got this black book. I want to know how you can do the things that you do.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I want to know.
Long story.
I'm all ears.
Where do I begin? I guess it all started when I
You begin at the start.
first came to Hatchetfield back in...
1980?
And that's the whole story.
Huh?
What?
That's all of it. Who I am, where I came from.
You didn't say a damn thing.
Wait.
You into some
Huh?
zany
And that's the whole... Okay. long story.
I'm all ears.
Where do I begin? I guess it all started when I first came to Hatchetfield back in
1980. And then it just cuts.
And that's the whole story.
What?
That's all of it. Who I am, where I came from.
You didn't say a damn thing.
Really? Look at your watch.
He does. 10:30. Wasn't it just 6?
Oh, wow. She was talking for like 4 hours.
Plate.
On the counter in front of him is a syrupy dish that once held hotcakes.
Look outside the window.
The midday sun is high in the sky. That's not right. Duke knows that 2 seconds ago...
Wait, is she like cursed to not be able to tell people about, like, herself?
Wasn't even dawn. He turns to Miss Holloway, bewildered.
We've been talking for hours, Duke. You just don't remember.
What?
Huh?
Why?
I can't. You think this is the first time you've asked me about myself? I don't know how many times I've told you. You never remember, and you never will.
Why?
And it's not just you. It happens to everyone. Anytime I share a part of my past, it just disappears. That time, those memories, they're plucked right from your life, like they never happened.
Why?
Because that was the deal.
Ah. There we go.
What deal?
The one I told you about an hour ago.
Okay, right. So, she made a deal with, I'm guessing, the Lords in Black? She did react very harshly when Rose asked, did you make a deal with the devil? She's like, no. Like, very defensively. So I think she actually did make a deal, not with the devil, with the Lords in Black. For all of her ability to do magic.
There's no point in explaining, you just won't remember. You have to realize how frustrating this is for me.
She takes his plate and heads to toss it in the sink.
No, Miss Holloway, this is impossible.
Agreed. Moving on.
I mean, true.
I figured out what the song is.
What song?
The killer track. Keep up, Duke. When it killed me, we made contact. I touched it.
Oh?
For a brief instant, I understood it. It's not a curse or a ghost.
Oh, it's not
alive.
Oh, it's not a curse either. That's interesting.
A being of sound and energy. And like any predator, it wants to hunt. It wants to be heard by as many people as possible. I know where it's headed next. Think, Duke. Where in the very near future is there going to be a large gathering?
A concert?
A street fair?
Honey,
with food, music?
The Honey Festival.
Oh my god. The Honey Festival.
I knew it. I got it in my brain.
The night of the Hatchetfield Honey Festival arrives. Nearly everyone in...
It's interesting. It's so interesting how everything takes place, like, so close to the Honey Festival. And it's like different timelines, so... Well, some of these things are compatible with, like, happening in the same timeline. Other things don't really make sense if they happen in the same timeline. But it's so interesting.
In town has made their way to Main Street for the festivities. They weave in and out of shops and restaurants, through vendor booths and food carts. From inside the audio control tent, Mayor Solomon Lauder speaks into a microphone.
Yay!
His voice booms through the various
Hey, Solomon.
speakers lining the fair's perimeter.
Good evening, Hatchetfield. This is Mayor Solomon Lauder, wishing you a very happy honey festival. This year's celebration is bigger and...
It's hilarious. Even in, like, normal speaking, Solomon Lauder is... He feels evil, you know? He has, like, that vibe.
better than ever. We have games, music, and after a flood of complaints, paddle boats are back by popular demand.
Let's go!
And I hope you all remember this night.
The tech guy is like, oh my gosh.
The rest of your lives. And I trust you'll remember the man who gave it to you in the voting booth this November.
An assistant hands him a bottle of water.
Wonderful speech, sir.
Ass-licking and groveling. That's all it was. I can't believe I have to waste my breath on these insects.
The audio guy
Whew.
chimes in.
Did you want me to cut the mic?
At a booth in the
The mic was on still? That's crazy.
pop-up farmer's market, Haley approaches a kindly old honey seller.
Hi, my friend's got to sing in the Honey Queen pageant, and she lost her voice.
Oh, well.
Wait, okay, so at least these two events are happening in this. Wait, how many of these events are happening in the same timeline? I know there has to be like multiple timeline stuff going on. But I don't know what is and isn't one timeline. So I'm just going to assume as much as possible is part of one single timeline as is possible. So, Honey Queen is happening right now. With what's her name? Was it Lex? Was it Lex who's like doing this thing? No, it was not Lex. It was the other person who works at the coffee shop. So that's happening right now. Season 2 is all the same timeline. Thank you, Daz. Also, welcome to the stream. I wish I knew that, and I wouldn't have. That would have made it a lot easier. Zoe. Thank you. I couldn't remember her name.
Thing to soothe her sore throat.
No. I'm looking for something to make it worse. I want to ruin her. Make her feel like a worm.
Oh, okay. Let me check.
Thanks.
Now we know. That's the. Oh my gosh. You know what? It makes sense that now, because the honey probably wouldn't have helped, through the rest of the song. But at the very least, it probably would have helped her with, like, the first note. That's crazy. But I mean, Zoe treats Haley not super well. So.
And is there a porta-john nearby?
Oh my gosh, Haley.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know what's wrong with you either.
At the beer tent, a woman pays for her drink as Ted Spankowski leans on the bar beside her.
You know, they call it the Honey Festival, but I call it the Cunny Festival. You know why?
She walks off, disgusted. Ted calls after her.
Hey, you don't have to be so rude.
God dang, Ted Spankowski. Wait, is he gonna meet what's her face and then get who's gonna shoot him?
At this rate, I'll...
Since timeline 2 is all takes place in one timeline.
never get married. Be a daddy.
From across the bar, Sheila Young purrs.
Never say never, handsome.
Yeah, exactly.
Elsewhere, art school
That's Spankowski charm.
student Deb passes her phone and earbuds to her girlfriend who's home from New York for the summer.
You gotta check out this song, Alice.
It's Deb and Alice. Yay!
Nearby, Duke overhears this and pushes through the crowd.
I bet it's gonna be listening to just normal music.
Hey, stop right there. No, do not play that.
He rips Deb's phone from Alice's hand.
What's your problem, man? Another false lashes hater. Come on, dude, they're not that bad.
Oh.
Looks at the phone.
He's paranoid, but to be fair, considering a chance of people dying, it's fair enough.
Embarrassed. Deb was just showing Alice some crappy band's latest single. No killer track here. Miss Holloway appears, takes the phone from Duke, and hands it back to Deb.
Sorry, girls. He's a classic rock guy.
They head off.
Sorry. She said killer, so, I thought it might be.
Duke, I told you the track's done playing small venues. It wants a bigger stage.
Like the actual stage. What's the daddy counter? No, I'm not bringing it back. Come on. Well, you know what? I might as well. Boom. 16. The daddy counter continues to rise. Stop. No, we heard the word daddy. I'm sorry. It's got to go. Actually, no, wait. They said it 2 times, so 17. Thank you. No problem, Tom.
At the end of the block, she spots the concert platform, where various musical acts have been and will be performing throughout the night. She has a notion and starts squeezing through the crowd. She calls to Duke.
Let's split up.
She points to the loudspeakers lining the street.
Find whatever those are hooked up to.
Duke nods and heads off in search of the...
Man, that would be horrific. Okay, so I'm pretty sure since if what was her name? Somebody said that all this stuff takes place in the same timeline, right? Dez. If what Dez says is true, then we know for a fact that... Actually, no, we don't know for a fact, because it takes a week for this to succeed. For the actual person, like, the people to die. I'm like, wait, do they succeed or not? Because I was going to be like, we know in Honey Queen, everything kind of ended well, and, well, besides, you know. I won't get into it. But, does that mean... I was going to use that as, like, okay, so that they succeed here, but we don't actually know that. This could be a timeline where a ton of people in Hatchville die.
As Miss Holloway makes her way toward the stage. Behind the stage, a technician calls out to a band who nervously await their turn to perform.
All right, Needy Beast, you guys are on in 5.
Hey, it's them.
Thrash's knees go weak. He crumbles into a folding chair.
Thrash!
Shit, man! I feel like I'm gonna shit!
His girlfriend, Courtney, runs a hand through his slimy hair.
Chill, babe. You're gonna slay.
If I blow this gig, the band's done. I mean it. Done!
my wet cat is back. Already, I am getting that vibes, now that you said it.
That's not gonna happen, Thrash. You still just son of the devil. It worked for the Stones.
I got a confession to make.
No.
You didn't?
I was scared!
As Thrash panics, Rose tunes her guitar nearby. Scud, the drummer, sees something and nudges her leg.
You guys will be fine.
Hey, Rose. Isn't that the guy from the slaughtered pig?
What?
Scud points, and sure enough, there's Kale. Hurriedly
How did Kale survive?
sneaking around the back of...
Is he like the cursed? The one spreading this, like... Is he like the physical embodiment of it? Or is he like their... I don't know, hosts or something?
The vendor's booths.
He played you that song you were freaking out about, and he's fine. See? Told you it was bullshit.
Yeah. He's looking spry. For someone who should be dead.
Rose sets down her guitar and heads off to follow Kale.
Huh.
Where you going? We're on in 5.
Thrash sees Rose leaving and cries.
Oh, shit!
No, Thrash, don't cry.
Moments later, Kale stands in the audio control tent, messing with the soundboard. The audio guy lies unconscious in the corner, his head bloody from where Kale hit him. In the entryway, Rose appears.
Hey! Why are you still alive?
Kale glances back.
I can ask the same of you, Rosary.
He goes back to his work, hooking a cable into his phone, connecting it to the festival's sound system.
You listened to the song the same time I did. What? Don't tell me you've got a witch too?
How stupid are you? If the song killed everyone that listened to it, how would it spread? It needs a carrier. That's why it picked me. It wants to be heard.
His phone lights up. The killer track selected on his music app.
Okay, so it just I mean, right, it's not a curse. It's a living like sound being. Kind of like Polaris and the Hiss from what's the game with all the house? Control by Remedy Entertainment. Kind of like that. A being of sound. So it could choose, because it is alive and it has like sapience and thought, to leave somebody alive just to spread it.
He readies his thumb. Rose's eyes go wide.
You're gonna play it. You're gonna kill thousands of people.
I don't have a choice. I don't even think that I'm human anymore. I don't know what I am.
Oh, I know what you are. Okay, you're scared. I know I was. I think
I'm the chosen one, but negative? Yeah, that sounds right.
you want to stop.
I can't. Could you stop me?
What?
Stop me. Rose. Stop me. Please.
He hits play. Rose runs for the phone.
No!
Thunk. Kale punches her.
Oh, gosh.
She hits the ground. Blood trickles from her nose. Rose struggles to stand, reaching for the phone on the soundboard. Kale grabs her arm and twists it behind her back. He holds her at bay.
Is the music playing right now, or is it like, does it have to like queue up? What's this?
Stopping her from intervening. Outside, the opening riff of the killer track blares on the loudspeakers. The festival attendees cover their ears at the hellish noise.
Ugh, what is that?
In the crowd, Duke hears the song and freezes.
Oh no.
On the stage at the end of the street, Miss Holloway furrows her brow.
Damn it.
Her mind races.
Okay.
She looks around frantically.
Okay, plan has changed. Stopping the thing from even being playing, not gonna happen. We gotta kill this thing, I think. Miss Holloway's about to become 500 times more awesome. That's exciting. If I had a nickel for every time Kale's actor played a teen being controlled by some other being, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Yeah, with the birds and now music. What an odd resume.
Trying to come up with a plan. She spots Rose's guitar and gets an idea. She runs over, grabs the instrument, and pulls the strap over her shoulder.
Okay.
Hope this works. Hope I'm not too rusty.
The rest of Needy Beast stands nearby. Miss Holloway calls to them.
Hey! You guys any good?
Go! We're loud!
Even better!
Miss Holloway rushes to the stage.
Even better.
Needy Beast follows. From behind the drum set, Scud yells.
What are we playing, though?
Don't worry about it. It's one of mine.
Miss Holloway slams down on the guitar strings, strumming out a chord that booms from the concert stage.
We're killing 400,000 people with this.
Cutting
All
through
right.
the killer track, mingling with it. Neon lights flood the stage, hot pink and electric blue. Without thinking, Needy Beast begins to play. Miss Holloway's magic flows through them, and they just know what to do.
Okay.
As notes
Using magic to give everybody on falling together, I like that.
from the keyboard, their song begins to drown out the killer track. The crowd still hears it, but for some reason, Miss Holloway's voice is the one that captures them.
Magic.
Everything else seems to fade away as she starts to sing.
Okay, let's go. Oh wow, she's on.
Lost in the dark, away from home. Not even your heart can throw you a rope. When no one.
This is just like My Little Pony Equestria Girls. In a way. You're gonna have to explain that one to me, Tom.
Is helping you. There's someone just to run away with me. The light apart alone. Just to run away with me. You won't feel so alone. I'll carry the torch for us both.
Oh yeah, this is this was the thumbnail. Oh, I see. Lighting candles and pie and okay, I understand it. Okay. I'm glad that she gets a chance to rock out.
Even a hero needs some hope. There's someone deep inside.
Okay.
Just run away with me. The light apart alone. Just run away with me. You won't feel so alone. Even though the rain keeps falling, for I believe
Ooh.
we'll keep running home.
Oh, that riff. Even if she has to use magic to keep you alive. Potentially, just saying. Oh, is that Duke?
Just run away with me.
It is.
Just run away with me.
Hearts unknown.
Just run away with me. You won't feel so
alone.
Just run away with me. A light upon some moon. Just run away.
That was...
The final chord of Miss Holloway's...
that rocked. According to the live stream after Nerdy Prude's Messiahs, there are no plans for another full-length musical, full-length Hatchetfield musical, but if they ever do another one, it'll be about Miss Holloway. I'll cross my fingers with you. My goodness. That, oh man, that rocked though. Miss Holloway's so cool.
Song rings out over the crowd. They're about to cheer when they stop, confused. The memory of the song is suddenly gone.
Oh!
The time they spent hearing it is taken from them. This piece of Miss Holloway's past is plucked from their lives. Like it never happened. That was the deal, after all.
Oh! But at the same time 3 is a possibility, so that, at least there's some hope. True, true. That, okay, wait. That's so smart. Right. She said that she made this song in the past, and so... And we know that apparently she can't share anything about her path, even from the beginning of... It all started back when I arrived in... Can't even get the year she came to Hatchetfield. Her past is gone. So, oh man. But that still does mean that the very beginning of the song of, that they were playing for, like, killer track did get through, but maybe... Do you have to hear the whole song for it to trigger? I guess so. Fun fact, the actors that are playing Duke and Miss Holloway are actually together IRL. That's, oh my god, that is a fun fact. Thank you for telling me, Saga Dorsel, and welcome to the stream.
The price Miss Holloway paid. Along with Miss Holloway's song, so too goes the one it mingled with. The experience of listening to the killer track is taken from the crowd as well. That time has vanished. They never heard it.
Wow.
They look around, bewildered, wondering what just happened.
The time is just taken. The moment is gone. That's...
With the killer track nullified and the festival goers safe, Miss Holloway smiled. She turns to the band.
That was radical, guys. I mean it, bitchin'.
What was?
Back in the audio control...
It's so confused. With Stan, our StarKid power couples. Sure, they're married, but could be wrong. Either way, the fact that they're together is awesome. Man, now we just gotta get rid of the source, and the killer track will be dealt with.
Kale stands over Rose. He blinks stupidly.
Wait, didn't I?
But he's also lost the past few minutes. He doesn't remember playing the killer track.
No, I gotta play the song.
He starts for the soundboard, when Duke grabs him from behind. He pulls the lanky
Oh,
from
thank
atop
goodness.
Rose and punches him square in the jaw.
Oof.
Slamming onto the table. His phone falls, dangling from the cord that connects it to the festival's sound system. He reaches for it. Rose points.
Duke! He's gonna play it!
Before Kale can play the song again, Duke yanks the phone from the cord. He slams it on the table. The screen cracks.
No!
Duke slams the phone.
Is this phone the only thing that has the song? If so, that'd be cool.
Again and again. Crunch, crunch. As it breaks, so does Kale. This shell of a man, taken and hollowed out by the killer track. The phone screen shatters, and Kale's body cracks to pieces. Sound spills from the fissures. Kale explodes in a flash of electricity.
Wait, that's so...
A shower of sparks, and he's gone.
That's like a crazy visual in my mind. My goodness. I mean, he said he didn't think he was human anymore. I guess he wasn't.
Rose watches, eyes wide.
Whoa. Fucking metal.
Heck yeah.
The paddle boat floats lazily in the lake around Hatchetfield. Fireworks light up
Oh yeah, the paddle boats.
sky. Duke and Miss Holloway watch them, gently swaying.
Oh?
The Honey Festival really is a magical time.
Yeah.
Well, I meant it in a bad way. Dark forces can walk upon the earth.
Which we know for a fact is true because we also know the Honey Festival is the day that what's his face can manifest in the world through a body. The one who eats, the mouth one. Nibbly. There we go. And he's hungry.
But the celebration's so nice, it almost makes you forget about all that.
Oh.
Well,
it's better than Clivesdale's Cherry Festival, at least. You gotta give it that.
Gotta say, it feels good to be the hero. For once.
For once.
Oh, are you now?
Yeah. You're usually the one that saves the day, but this time it was all Duke. That guy was about to play the song and got him with the old right hook. I don't usually condone violence, but...
Yeah, because he doesn't remember what played.
There comes a time, and a time is right.
No, it sounds very manly.
Oh, it was. You should have been there.
Yeah. What was I doing?
So how are you going to explain your miraculous recovery anyway? You were declared dead.
I don't think we will explain it. Miss Holloway had a good run.
Oh.
But maybe it's time to move on to the next persona. They're only good for about 15 years anyway. Then people start to notice.
Okay, so you pick a new name, change your hair.
I'm not touching my hair. I've been like this since the 80s.
Not gonna fool anybody. People aren't gonna forget what you look like.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, she can't stay in Hatchetfield.
Actually, they will.
Oh.
And so will you.
What?
You'll remember Miss Holloway.
No.
You'll remember she died that night in the diner. You won't remember how exactly. Then you'll forget she had powers. You forget the book. So you just remember she was your friend.
No, that's not fair. You can't make me forget you. I couldn't forget you. Even if I tried, God, you know how I feel about you.
Duke, relax.
I don't think it's a choice either.
I'm trying to say goodbye. Can I?
Oh, no! My heart!
He closes his eyes. She kisses him. He opens his eyes, and she's gone. Suddenly, he can't remember why he's out here. On a paddle boat in the lake. Then a tiny boom in the sky. Oh yeah. He was watching the fireworks.
Oh, no! Oh, man. I guess... Wow. When she takes a new identity, that's the past, you know? And the past is forgotten, I guess. Oh, man. That sucks. Oh... That makes me sad.
Months.
And the fact, like, the absolute and suddenness of forgetting. Like, he's gonna feel sad and, like, on that boat, and he's not even gonna know why. Hello, Minecart. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. It's you're right. It's such a tragic moment. Wow, that hurts.
The old station wagon pulls into the parking lot of Hatchetfield High. Duke gets out, a case file. He heads for the front door when he's stopped by the sound of an engine.
Thank you for the follow, Minecart.
He turns to see a 1987 Pontiac Firebird pulling into a nearby spot.
Oh?
A familiar woman emerges with big hair and a baggy jean jacket. Duke's not sure why, but he finds himself drawn to her.
That's some ride.
The woman checks her makeup in the side mirror.
Yeah, she's a classic. Some things never go out of style. So, you dropping off your kid?
Oh, no.
No.
I work with kids, families, mostly. One of the girls I help had an accident in shop class, and I think the school should cover the medical bills.
Yeah, take them for everything they're worth.
Been watching on off and off on YouTube, but I prefer Twitch for chatting. Well, I'm here every day. Don't tell them I said that. Oh, she's taking a job as a teacher? I guess, yeah. Huh, so she did. I thought she was going to leave Hatchetfield, but instead, she just... just changed identities. Wow, okay. It's nice that they can at least, you know, kind of rebuild a relationship somehow. Well, it's not the same, though. Even though she knows, but he doesn't. Even if deep inside he feels... My emotions are a mess right now.
I'm new here.
Teacher?
Guidance counselor. Miss Holiday.
Doug. Keen.
Holiday, not Holloway. That's so close.
Huh. Miss Holiday? That's very similar to a woman I used to know. She died.
Oh, that's too bad.
She grabs her bag and heads for the entrance.
Well, you can't dwell on the past.
Really? Is that a tape deck in there, Miss Retro?
What can I say?
That's funny. I can't dwell on the past while she's like having all these 80s like stuff. I imagine she sits down with a notebook, starts brainstorming funny names that sounds like Holloway. What do you think? What do you think her original name was? Because Holloway definitely wasn't the first one either. I wonder.
Say, I love the 80s. Bye, Duke.
She winks and heads inside.
His face. He feels something. But he's not sure. Holloway. More like Hollow. No way. You could try. What the heck is that? Oh, wait. Let's go. Oh. Throat. Wait. That's crazy. She's a waning moon. It's a matter of time. A matter of time. I'm so glad we got like a remix of this. That's awesome. It's all by design. But I wish we didn't have that digital. That's so disturbing. I was excited to see. Fast enough. You can hide, but I will find you. Your eyes, but if it goes off. Breath, so I don't hear you. There's the tears that you will leave me. Lead you straight to those who fear me. Whoa! seeing Jeff Blim like break it down on the oh my gosh. Everything about this is it's amazing. Tick tock, baby. Tick. The timer is ticking down. Standing on shaky ground. This crime, a victimless crime. Ooh. By design, it's all by design.
Becky Barnes.
Whoop.
Down from that tree.
But I don't want to.
Okay then.
We're just gonna vibe to this for a bit, I think. Tears that you will leave me will lead you straight to what... Wait, mess it up. Time already caught you. Just watching Jeff have fun in an arcade. It's great. What? He's floating. Woo! Oh. That was so good. What a way to end it. Nightmare Time already caught you. My goodness. Woo. See you, Lorem. Wow. What a great episode. Killer, like, Daddy was interesting, but Killer Track was so good. One more to go. I know. We will be watching that. I'm not sure. I was thinking Thursday, but I already said that Thursday is going to be user submitted videos where I react to, like, you know, various things that people want to post. So it'll probably be Saturday where we finish off Nightmare Time. And then after that, I want to go back to not Nerdy Pruden's Die, I'm sorry. The guy who didn't like musicals. I want to see how much we can connect back to how much of this new knowledge we can use and how it will shape watching that very first Hatchetfield musical. And you have to rewatch the summoning after all of Nightmare Time because it hits different. Oh my gosh, you're so right. I have to. I kind of want to do that now, but no, we'll leave it for later. There are things that we need to watch. Oh, everything is definitely worth a rewatch. Yeah, you're so right. I can just imagine watching Black Friday. I didn't really enjoy Black Friday the first time I watched it. I'll be honest. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't. But it like had to like pick me up and like kind of like drag me into it as I watched it. I feel like I'm gonna love it if I watch it again. It's a secret tool to help us later. It's exactly. If I watch a Black Friday again, I'm so certain that I'm gonna be enraptured by it. Yeah, I felt the same way at Black Friday. But yeah, okay. So Thursday is user submitted videos. If you would like to submit videos for that, for me to watch, they can be about anything really, as long as they aren't something that will give me a strike, like a certain video from a certain someone in chat. Great video, but still. You can submit it on the Discord. Never mind. I shouldn't have tried anything. Black Friday uses Lord in Black tune a lot for Wiggly, and it made me go, ooh, the second time? Okay, not during the react. Yeah, at least it's near the end. Whatever. There's a Discord. If you're watching on YouTube, the Discord link is in the description. Actually, I don't know if it works. It might work? No, it does work. I got verified. Again. Because I had to get it again after I got a strike. And if you're watching on Twitch, you can find it on YouTube again. It's there. And it'll be, the Discord link will be there. It's very convoluted. I'm sorry I couldn't just post it into the into the chat. Although Lauren could post it. Whatever. Thank you for watching. I'm getting rambly now as we're approaching the end. It's been so long. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. Nightmare Time is so great. I love it. And yeah. I'm live every day. I know people aren't really interested in my Mighty Grandpa streams where I work on the game Mighty Grandpa that I'm making. But if I don't do it on stream, I'm not going to work on it at all. It's just the kind of person that I am. I need a set amount of time, and it's a whole thing. So tomorrow's Mighty Grandpa. If anyone wants to just chat while I work on a game, you can do that. I'm here. I'll be there. I don't know, maybe we can talk about Nightmare Time and Team StarKid stuff while there. I don't know, whatever. And, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun. I hope you had fun. And, as I said, I'm here every week, every day of the week, except Sunday. I tried Sundays. Just wasn't working. Yeah. I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye. We don't have music, do, so I'm doing the do outro song, do. This is the outro song, do. This is the outro song. This is the outro song, do. This is the outro song. This is the outro song. Bye.